present Jimmy Clitheroe as the Clitheroe Kid, with Peter Sinclair, Patricia Burke, Leonard Williams, Danny Ross, and Diana Day in...
Waiting at the Church.
Oh, yes, Mr. Whittle. When our Peggy phoned this morning and said there'd been a mix-up over her time of the wedding on Saturday, well, I nearly had a fit.
I'll bet you did, Pat. It must have been very disconstructing. Especially as she's your sister. And what about the arrangements of the boiled ham and the booze-up?
Oh, the reception? Oh, we've been lucky there, Harry. As the wedding's at 11:30, we've managed to get the reception brought forward to 1 o'clock, and we think all the guests can make it.
Oh, good. Well, here's hoping there won't be any more catastrophes.
I hope you're right, Harry. I'd hate anything to spoil my daughter Peggy's wedding day.
Ah, there they are. 3 rich lace weavers from Nottingham. Hand over your money.
Hey, Jim, be careful where you're pointing that bow and arrow. You might do somebody an injustice.
Aye, Whittle's right. What do you think you're playing at?
I'm one of Robin Hood's bowmen in our school pageant next week. Don't move, Sheriff Sinclair, or with 1 arrow from my trusty bow, I'll cut through your braces and your pants will fall down.
Oh, so you've got your costumes for the pageant, then?
Well, we've been measured, but some of them haven't come yet. Hey, guess what? Ozzy's Walter Raleigh and Charlie Thompson's Francis Drake. And you should see the costumes. Long stockings and baggy bloomers.
Jimmy, that's what they call doublet and hose.
So your pal Ozzy's Sir Walter Raleigh, eh, Jim?
Yes, and in the pageant, he has to bend down and lay his cloak on the ground for the Queen. And if I can get behind him with my bow and arrow, he'll break the school record for the long jump.
If I were the Queen, I'd have you locked up in the tower. Well, who is good Queen Bess anyway?
Oh, we're not sure. It might be Spotty Barraclough if he gets over his measles in time.
Well, I'm sure that as a bowman, Jim, you look the picture of sartorical ignorance.
Oh, I'm all right. I'll be wearing me ordinary clothes, a leather jerkin and a hat with a feather in it. I've got to go and see about it on Saturday morning.
But, Jimmy, Saturday's the day of your auntie's wedding, and it's been brought forward to 11:30.
What? You mean Flagpole Peggy's getting spliced in the morning?
Jimmy, don't talk like that about your auntie.
Well, she is tall and thin, Grandad. Ozzy says that with her funny face, she looks like an Indian totem pole.
No, we don't want to hear any more funny remarks about your auntie.
I'm sorry, Mum, but Auntie Peggy should think herself lucky.
Why?
If she hadn't you for a sister, she wouldn't have had wonderful me for a nephew.
Well, she's lucky to be getting a man like Bertleg. Oh, he's a great sport and I like him.
I know, you said that the first time he took you out for a pint. I've just had a funny thought. When me auntie marries Bertleg, she'll have to change her name.
That's right. Well, what about it?
Well, instead of being called Peggy Sinclair, she'll be Peg Leg.
Living room, Alfie. Right, old Susan.
Enter the lovers, Dopey and Scraggy. Hey, why don't you two get married and give the vicar a laugh?
Behave yourself. Hello, Alfie.
Yeah, hello, Mrs. Clitheroe, Mr. Sinclair. Did you get me a reply to the wedding invitation?
Aye, we got it, thanks, Alfie.
Yeah, oh, good. Yeah, only Susan told me I should reply to it because on the bottom it said RSPCA.
Oh, no, Alfie. That was RSVP. Responders Sil Voice Plat. What you said has to do with dumb animals.
Yes, that's why he replied.
Well, Alfie, we shall look forward to the pleasure of your company in the church on Saturday.
Oh, it won't be a pleasure. Yeah, well, not for me. I mean, I've got a thing about weddings. Because once I was best man and I got everything mixed up. And when the vicar asked if anybody knew a reason why the couple shouldn't be married, I said I did. I'd forgotten the ring.
He writes poetry as well, you know.
Shut up, you. Mother, we called at Stewart's, the taxi people, and they can do the wedding at 11:30.
Oh, good. Did you tell your auntie?
Yes, I rang her, and something else has happened.
Oh, no. Now, what is it now?
Well, you know little cousin Samuel and cousin William were going to be the pages.
We know that. They're a couple of real dozy twits. When Specky Sam and Batty Billy go in the church, the organist ought to play Two Sleepy People.
Oh, give all that. One of them won't be in church because Batty Bitty's ill. Yeah, but William's got Batty jaundice. But Bed's in Billy with a funny colour. Willie's gone yellow.
Well, I always said he was a coward.
Oh, cut it out, Jimmy. So poor little Billy's down with yellow jaundice. What a shame.
Yes, and they want Jimmy to take his place.
What? Me? A page boy? Oh, not on your Nelly.
Oh, but Jim, you should consider yourself highly honourable. When you walk down the aisle as a page boy behind your auntie, you'll be holding up the train.
What do you want, a page boy or a signalman?
Oh, no, not that sort of train. Look, when your auntie goes down the aisle in her wedding dress, there'll be a long bit of stuff trailing behind her.
Oh, you mean my cousin Lily?
He knows what you mean, Mr. Whittle. Now, look, Jimmy, you're going to be a page boy and like it.
I'll be a page boy, but I won't like it.
Mother, if Jimmy is going to be a page, he's got to go down to Barrett's, the outfitters, before 6 o'clock. He'll have to wear the suit that was ordered for Cousin William, and it'll need altering.
Oh, well, it's 5:10 already. I'd better take him down there.
Well, will you come and look at my dress before you go? It still doesn't seem to fit properly.
Oh, all right, love. Shouldn't take us long. Come into the other room.
I think it's time I was off. Cheerio, Pete and Alfie.
Cheerio, Harry.
Bye, Mr. Whittle.
Cheerio, Jim. Have a good time at the wedding, and the best of luck with the hysterical pageant.
Thanks, Mr. Whittle. Give my love to the cat. Grandad, do I have to go to the wedding? Couldn't I just read about it in the papers?
Will you stop talking nonsense?
Jimmy, you'll enjoy being a page because I was once one, and after the wedding I presented a lucky horseshoe to the happy couple and said, "May this horseshoe bring you lasting happiness and lots of good luck." And the bride kissed me and said, "Thank you, little boy, and if we have a son like you..."
That'll be the end of the good luck.
Oh, somebody thump him. Look, I must have been a good page because the bridegroom gave me a present of 5 bob.
I'll bet I wouldn't get 5 bob, not even if I went round with the collecting plate.
You are? Hey, Bert Legg told me he's giving you and your cousin Sammy £2 each.
You mean I get £2 just for carrying a few yards of lace curtain down the aisle? Grandad, I think I've changed my mind.
Oh, hello, Mr. Sinclair. May I come in?
Oh, it's you, Theodore. Come and sit down.
No, thanks. I'm just going out again.
Well, that was a quick visit.
James, your mother has asked me to take you to Barrett's, the outfitters, in my car, although I gathered you're not too keen about going.
You what? Did Mum tell you that? Well, she's upset me now, she has.
You mean you do want to go to the wedding?
Of course. It's me Auntie Peggy's wedding, and I'd do anything for her.
You do anything for money as well.
Now, James, the tailor will attend to us just as soon as he can, so will you please behave yourself?
But Mr. Craythorpe, I haven't done anything naughty.
Not much you haven't. You've shaken hands with the tailor's dummy and called him Ozzy, tried on a bowler hat and a deer stalker, and then I caught you standing outside the cubicle where that man went to try on a new pair of trousers. What were you up to?
I was going to give him time to get his own trousers off and then shout, "Fire!"
James, you little rascal. Now sit down and keep quiet.
I was only kidding.
Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. Now, what was it the little boy wanted?
The boy's name is James Clitheroe.
Oh, of course, James Clitheroe, alteration to page boy outfit to be ready Friday a.m. Before we get down to the alterations, perhaps we'd like to inspect the clothes.
Oh, we'd be delighted. All one of us.
James.
Here we are, Sonny, your clothes for the wedding. 1 pair of light blue satin trousers.
Hey?
1 frilly white blouse with lace collar.
You what?
And 1 pair of shoes with silver buckles.
Oh, I'm getting out of here.
James, come back. Where do you think you're going?
Look, I thought I was getting an ordinary suit. I'm not going to any wedding looking like a dog's dinner.
I don't know why you should complain about wearing a page's outfit. After all, your cousin Samuel will be wearing exactly the same.
Specky Sam, he's different. He's so daft, he'd look normal wearing a bikini and hobnail boots.
Now, come along, please. We are waiting to get to work.
Well, don't bother. We're going home.
James, I'm ashamed of us. Of you. You didn't make all this fuss when you heard about the present of the £2.
Oh, no, I'd forgotten that. If I don't turn up in this lot, I've had the lolly. And unless there was an accident...
James, what are you muttering about?
Oh, nothing. Mister, when will you deliver this suit?
It will be at your house by Friday lunchtime.
Yes, and in our dustbin by Friday night.
So this is the clubber you've got to wear for the wedding, Jim? Well, you're right about one thing. If your little pals see you in that get-up, they'll laugh so much they'll have compulsions.
Don't worry, they're not going to see me in this monkey suit. Now, where's that bottle of green ink?
Now, Jim, don't tell me you're going to spoil that suit with ink.
All right, I won't tell you, but I am. Look, the house is empty except for you, me and Alfie, and he's upstairs getting me a coat hanger for my suit. Now, when he comes down, I'll just happen to be standing behind this door, ink in one hand, suit in the other, and when he opens the door, he'll jog me elbow and the ink will go all over me suit.
Oh, it's you, Alfie. What are you doing upstairs?
Oh, heck, it's me mum.
I've just been getting this coat hanger for Jimmy. He's in the living room here.
Oh, I see. Well, come on, Alfie. We'll go in.
I'm sunk. Quick, Mr. Whittle, grab this bottle of ink.
But what shall I do with it, Jim?
Oh, anything, drink it.
Oh, hello, Mr. Whittle. You're in here with... Jimmy, what are you doing with that bottle of ink?
Trying to get rid of it,
You silly little boy. You might have got it all over your page boy suit.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Put that ink away and give me the suit.
But, Mama...
Give it to me. I'll go and put it away somewhere safe.
Jimmy, well, what about this coat hanger?
Oh, stick it in your jacket and hang yourself on the hall stand.
Oh, stop worrying, Jim. Don't forget, after the wedding, there's the reception.
That's what I'm worrying about. The reception I'll get from the Black Hand Gang. While you're throwing confetti, they'll be slinging tomatoes, still in the tins.
Don't be daft, they'll throw fresh and... What am I saying? Look, they won't do anything.
I can see it now. I'll walk out in my sissy clothes, and in 2 minutes I'll look like a fruit salad.
Don't you worry, if they start throwing tomatoes, I'll do something about it.
Oh, that's fine after they've thrown them. I'll be standing there with a red head, white blouse and blue trousers. What'll you do? Sing Rule Britannia? Ozzy and Charlie Thompson were talking to Specky Sam at school today and I saw him giggling. And as I came out, Ozzy said, "Ta-ra, Jim, we'll see you at church." And he walked away singing, "Yes, we have no tomatoes."
Hello there, my little whacker. Hi, Alfie.
Hello, Mr. Whittle.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Whittle.
Come in, Bert. Your granddad told us to wait in here for him, Jim.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Legg. Jim, this is Mr. Legg, the bridegroom, the man who's invited you to the church tomorrow to be it with tomatoes. Yeah, with a fruit salad. Yeah, about to be a page.
What was that?
That was Jukebox Alfie, the lad with the long plain tongue.
Look, any more from you and I'll take a pound of tomatoes myself tomorrow.
Now then, calm down, Alfie. Jimmy was only kidding. You shouldn't be so touched.
Oh, no, Harry, you mean he's touchy.
Oh, do I? Oh, yes, touchy. You know, sensitised. I didn't mean you... I didn't mean you was mentally defunct.
No, you don't understand.
Don't bother, Mr. Legg. As they say in Bootle, you can't make a silk vest out of a cow's lug.
I didn't catch that, Jim.
I didn't throw it at you.
Now then, Jim, don't get impediment with me.
Now then, Harry, we're supposed to be celebrating tonight. My last night as a bachelor. Tomorrow at 11:30, I take the plunge.
And at 12:30, I take a nosedive. Hey, Mr. Legg, why don't you get married tomorrow night, about midnight?
Midnight?
Yes, I mean, there'd be no traffic about and...
Yeah, he means it to be dark.
Well, what's the point of getting married in the dark?
Well, nobody could see your face. Yeah, I mean, when Jim came out with you and the bride, there'd be nobody there to throw tomatoes at her. Jim, the page. I hope you'll be very happy.
Oh, hiya, Harry. And how's the blushing bridegroom?
Hi, Pete.
Ah, hello, Peter. Well, I'm badly in need of a drink. After 5 minutes with Alfie here, my head's spinning.
Oh, well, a drop of medicine at the Rose and Crown will make you feel better.
Mr. Legg, if you're going out tonight, you won't feel very good in the morning. Why don't you have a good rest and get married on Monday, when the kids are at school? I could have the morning off.
Oh, Jimmy, it's all fixed. We've got to fly to Jersey tomorrow night on our honeymoon.
Well, why not get married when you come back?
You can't do that. You can't do that, Jim.
Why not?
'Cause if you're married, you can't... Well, having a honeymoon means... No, it'd be immortal.
Look, we must go, Jimmy, but in case things get a bit chaotic tomorrow, I'd better give you your present now. Here you are.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Legg.
Well, put that £2 away somewhere safe, Jimmy. Now, come on, lads, or Ben will be married before he has his bachelor party.
Aye, OK, Peter. Lead on, Macduff.
Well, Jimmy, you got your money all right.
Yeah, it hardly seems worth going now, does it?
Jimmy, you've got to go.
Of course, I wouldn't stay away unless I was ill, and I'm not ill. Well, not really ill. Nothing to worry about. I mean, it'll probably go off by the morning, maybe, if I'm lucky. Alfie, I think I've got a touch of distemper coming on. That chalk tastes horrible. Still, I've got to have a white tongue if I'm ill. That's the first thing Grandad'll say. Let's see your tongue. If I said I got dandruff, he'd say, let's see your tongue. Ooh, that's it. Oh, heck, every time I swallow, I lose half my illness. Now, is there anything else? Chalk on me tongue, knuckles in me eyes. Yes, they're red. Forehead and hands nice and damp. Now back in bed with me 2 hot water bottles. Stick me head under the bedclothes till I hear them coming and then do a Laurence Olivier.
Father, tell Susan to put the kettle on and I'll go and call Jimmy.
Right you are, my dear.
Oh, good, it's Mum.
Come on, Jimmy, time to get up.
Good morning, Mum. I'm awake. I was just going to leap out.
What's the matter, son? Are you ill?
No, Mum, I feel fine. Just a bit warm.
Oh, your head's burning and it's all damp.
Yes, it's leaking. I mean, it feels like water. Well, I'd better get up for the wedding.
Look, you stay where you are. What you want is an aspirin and a hot water bottle to keep you warm.
If I get any warmer, I'll burst into flames. What an actor. Next week, I think I'll do an audition for Dr. Kildare.
Well, what's all this, then? Let's have a look at your tongue. Well, it's a wee bit white.
So it should be. I mean, the way I feel. Are my eyes red?
Yes, they are.
Good. Goodness. You don't think it'll stop me going to the wedding, do you?
Well, there'll be no wedding for you, my boy.
Oh, well, I'll just have to be brave about it.
Grandad, Mother wants you. She can't find the aspirins.
All right, you are, Susan. Well, we've got an invalid in our hands.
Hello, Susan.
Oh, what's wrong with you? Been stuffing yourself with sweets, I suppose.
No, I haven't, Scraggy Neck. I mean, no, Susan. I'm all right.
Are you up to something?
Go on, be nasty, 'cause I'm too weak to answer back.
Oh, what's that white stuff on your mouth? Come here.
Get off before I clout you.
You got your strength back suddenly, didn't you?
It was me final fling.
Susan, come here a minute, dear.
All right, Mother. I'll close the door, dear brother. We don't want the wind to blow on our invalid.
Oh, why did the stork have to bring her to our house? What was wrong with the zoo? What are they doing? Fancy leaving me alone when I'm sick.
Jimmy, I'm afraid you won't be able to go to the wedding.
Oh, Mum.
So you can't be a page.
Oh, what a pity.
Well, better take the £2 back. Where is it?
In the drawer. Take it back.
Yeah. Of course. They'll have to get another page, so it wouldn't be right to keep the money, would it?
You can't do that. I mean, get somebody else. He's too late.
Oh, they'll manage.
Mum, you know, I feel a bit better. In fact, a lot better. That aspirin's put me right. It was very good.
It was marvellous, considering it's still here in my hand.
Oh, heck.
Get out of that bed.
Yes, Mum. I'll be all right now.
So Susan was right. 2 hot water bottles, you little faker. Get into that bathroom, scrub yourself from top to toe and be downstairs in 15 minutes.
Yes, Mum.
You're going to the church with Mr. Craythorpe and Alfie in Mr. Craythorpe's car. And you're going to wear your blue trousers, white blouse and buckled shoes. Understand?
All right. But when the Black Hand gang start throwing, I'll duck behind the vicar. This is 1 year he won't enjoy the Harvest Festival.
Come on, Father. Let's get in the taxi and go home. I'm going to give that Jimmy what for.
After me you will. When I saw him walking down that aisle in his grey flannels and school blazer, I could have crowned him with a font.
Well, come on. I told Alfie and Theodore to keep him in the house till we got home, even if they had to sit on him.
Well, that's something he won't do. When I've finished with him, he won't be able to sit down for a week.
I think that was a knock at the front door. I'll just go and see.
Sit down, James. You are not going near that front door.
No, we're keeping you here. It's as Susan said, if you got away, she'd never speak to me again.
In that case, you ought to pay me to go. Well, I'll just pop upstairs to the bathroom.
Yeah, well, I'll go with you. You can't go up there on your own.
Don't be daft. I'm a big boy now.
It's no use, James. You didn't wear your page's clothes, and your mother will have to know why.
Well, it wasn't my fault your old car got a puncture. I was only helping.
When helping to repair a puncture, it is not necessary to get under the car and start draining the engine oil all over your velvet trousers.
Hey, you won't tell me, Mum, that, will you?
I will not volunteer the information, James, but I cannot make up a story for you.
I'll make up the story. You just tell it.
You might as well tell them, Jim. If they find out what you told them isn't true, because they find out for themselves, it'll be a lot worse than if they didn't find out and you told them before they find out you're lying. They'll understand.
If we let you tell them, nobody'll understand.
He's still here, Pat. Right, my lad. You've asked for a spanking this time, and you're going to get it.
Oh, heck. Grandad, I couldn't help it. I had to come back and change because I got oil all over me wedding clothes off Mr. Craythorpe's car.
You mean there was oil on the seat? Is that true, Theodore?
Yes, there was. Remember, you wiped the seat, Mr. Craythorpe.
Well, I did have to wipe oil off the seat.
That's right, where Jimmy sat down in his oily trousers. On me, folks!
Sorry, Alfie.
Just a minute. Did he get oil in his trousers from the seat?
No, when the car broke down...
That's right, I had to get under the car. Mr. Craythorpe and Alfie couldn't have squeezed under, could you? Remember, you've got 1 foot untouched yet.
No, we couldn't have squeezed under.
No, not without jacking it up.
Well, I suppose we'll have to accept that, but it's marvellous how everything works out the way you want.
Oh, well, it's true, Mum. I got under and loosened the nut and the oil came out.
Why didn't you jack the car up and let Alfie get under to mend it?
Don't be daft, you don't need to get under a car just to mend a puncture. Don't be, folks! Oh, let's rub on it again.
Sorry, Alfie. I meant to jump on it.
Theodore, what happened to Jimmy's clothes? And I want the truth, please. No shielding him.
Hello, folks. Can I come in? Or is it something private you're discussing?
Mr. Whittle, come in, Mum. It's Mr. Whittle. Good old Mr. Whittle. Well, you probably want to talk privately, so I'll go. I'll see you later, Mum.
Come here, you. We're going to get to the bottom of this.
The bottom of what?
Of me with a slipper.
Oh, well, if this is a private quarrel, I won't intersperse myself with family confirmations. I've just come to deliver this note.
A note? Who from, Harry?
A little fat geezer who was knocking on your door when you were out.
What was his name?
I forget now. Ought to be on the note. Oh, yes. Treadmill it was.
No, Mr. Treadwell, our headmaster. He's little and fat.
That's it, Jim, Treadwell. He spoke with a very funny accentuation.
Oh no, Father! Read this. Oh, it's poetic justice.
What? Oh, well, that's rich. That's lovely. Oh, Jimmy, you don't need to worry. I won't spank you now. I won't need to.
What do you mean? What is it?
Look at it. It's about your costume for the pageant.
What? Oh, what a rotten trick.
Aye, and you'll be there, my boy, if I have to carry you.
What's up, Jim?
It's as good as a death sentence from the Black Hand Gang. They'll throw the fruit stall at me.
What are you on about?
My costume for the pageant. Mr. Treadwell says I'm not a bowman. I'm rotten good Queen Bess.
Those involved with the Clitheroe Kid this week were Peter Sinclair as grandfather, Patricia Burke as mother, Leonard Williams as both Theodore Craythorpe and Harry Whittle, Danny Ross as Alfie Hall, and Diana Day as Susan. Also appearing was Brian Truman. The recorded programme, written by James Casey and Frank Roscoe, was produced by James Casey and starred Jimmy Clitheroe as the Kid himself. We present Jimmy Clitheroe as the Clitheroe Kid, with Peter Sinclair, Patricia Burke, Leonard Williams, Danny Ross, and Diana Day in...
I was a stupid Cupid. Ozzy, are you in the shed there? Ozzy, come out, I can hear you. Ozzy, where art thou?
What do you want, Clitheroe?
Oh, it's you, Mr. Higginbottom. I thought you were your Ozzy.
Well, I'm not our Ozzy.
I'll bet you're glad.
What was that?
Glad that you're his dad. Lads like Ozzy don't grow on trees.
No.
No, they live in them.
What did you say?
Oh, I was just thinking when I was looking at you, you could live up in the trees because you're big and tough like Tarzan. Now, could I speak to your cheetah? You're Ozzy.
What do you want him for?
It's about the Black Hand Gang meeting in your shed tonight. I want to know what time I have to come round.
If I catch you in this shed again, you won't come round till you've had a dose of smelling salts.
Oh, very funny. I'll tell that one to your Ozzy when I come round for the meeting.
Look, you're not having your meetings in my shed. I'm just clearing it out before the wife's mother comes.
But she can't live in this shed. She'll get woodworm.
It's for storing some old furniture of hers.
But it's the Black Hand Gang headquarters. Your Ozzy fixed it when we made him captain.
I know, but you've been coming here every week for the past 3 months. And our Ozzy's only lasted a week as captain before you slung him out.
Well, he was useless. When we sent him to fight the captain of the Broad Street gang, he ran for his life, the coward.
Now, don't you go calling my lad a coward, just because he wouldn't take on some roughneck from Broad Street.
Roughneck? The Broad Street gang's all girls. I think he was scared she'd attack him with a knitting needle.
Look here, you're captain of the gang now, aren't you?
That's right.
Well, you can just have the meetings at your house in future. That's if old Sinclair Scrooge doesn't charge you too much rent.
All right, then. You can tell your Ozzy the meeting's at our house tonight. And here's the password. I'll write it on this bit of paper. Can you read my writing?
Here, let's have a look. What's this?
It's the password in Indian. Read it out.
What does it say? Tanai tum tu.
No, you can't. You're too old.
Now look, Jimmy, for the last time, you're not having your gang meetings in my garden shed.
Well, could we have our headquarters in my bedroom?
In your bedroom?
I know there's not much room in there, but there would be if I moved my bed into your room.
Oh, no, you don't. I've shared a bedroom with you before, and I don't intend to go through all that again.
You're not taking your pals upstairs, playing your rough games.
But, Mum, playing with the gang's a lot of fun. You know what that man said on the telly? If you don't get your fun while you're young, you grow up frustipated.
Look, stop talking like Harry Whittle and listen. We don't want to stop you playing with your pals, but not in the house. There's no room.
Wait a minute, what about the Lovebird's Nest?
The what?
Our front room, where our Susan and Alfie live in the winter. Couldn't we use that? Just for tonight, anyway.
Oh, I don't know. Susan and Alfie are already in there.
I thought they were. The light's out. Mum, can I ask them if they're going out tonight?
Oh, all right then, Jimmy. But just for a change, will you try not to start any trouble with them, please?
Here we are, the front room door. Now I'll just do my safety drill. Look right, left, then right again. Make sure that nobody's coming. And listen at the keyhole.
Oh, Susan, this is nice. Just you and me sitting here gazing in the... Hey, look, Susan, there's a man in the fire.
You what, Alfie?
Look, Susan, look at that big piece of coal that's half burnt. It's a man's face. Yeah, he's winking at us.
I'm not surprised. The way you two carry on in there.
Yeah, hey, look, every time the flame flickers, he winks. And look, Susan, now he's smoking a pipe.
Oh, yes, I can see a face now. Oh, look at him. He's got a funny little nose and big ears. He looks just like our Jimmy.
Hey?
Yes, he does, doesn't he? Yeah, although I'd say he's a bit better looking than your Jimmy.
I'll clout him with the fender in a minute.
Yeah, I feel really happy in here with you, Susan. Yeah, how about giving me a little kiss while the light's out?
Well, it's better than putting a sack over his head. Excuse me, can I come in?
Oh, is that you, Nosy Parker?
Oh, who's the owner of that beautiful voice? I must switch the light on and find out.
Hello, Jimmy.
Alfie, I've come to bring you some good news. If you take our Susan down to the Rialto, it's a smashing picture, the back row's nearly empty, and the flavour of the month's raspberry.
What do you keep going on about the back row for? If you're thinking what I think you're thinking, we go to the pictures for something else beside that.
I know, it's the chalk ice. Only you shouldn't eat it and then keep kissing our Susan on the cheek. The last time you brought her home, she looked like one of the black and white minstrels.
Look, it's obvious you're trying to get us to go out for some reason, but we're staying right here.
But you're not getting any fresh air stuck in this stuffy room. Why don't you go for a walk in the park?
It's dark. The park will be closed.
All right, I'll give you a leg up over the railings.
Look, we're not going out, we're staying here.
Oh, heck. Look, if you both insist on staying in here, would you like to join the Black Hand Gang?
I'm not listening to any more of this nonsense, Alfie. I'm going upstairs to change into my jeans.
You mean you're not going out, then?
No.
All right, go and change into your jeans, and I hope they choke you.
Look, just because you're in a temper about something, there's no need to take it out of your Susan.
Well, it's all her fault, stopping me having me fun. She ought to get married. That's if she could find a mug daft enough to... Alfie? Why don't you marry her?
Well, me? Marry your Susan?
Why not? She likes you, doesn't she?
Oh, yes, she does. Yeah, only last night coming home from the chip shop, she said she had a soft spot for me.
Yes, it's in her head.
What was that?
Alfie, look, do you want to marry our Susan or not?
Oh, yes, Jimmy. Yeah, I'd marry her any time.
Good. How about tomorrow night, then?
Oh, give over. I can't marry your Susan tomorrow night.
Why not? There's nothing worth watching on the telly.
No, don't talk daft. Your Susan doesn't want to get married just yet. Yeah, I mean, she's still only young, so she ought to enjoy herself and have all the fun she can get, because it'll be different after she marries me.
You mean it won't be funny?
Yeah. No, after she's married, she'll want to settle down.
Well, why wait? What our Susan wants is a husband and a nice home. You could have a cottage in the country and keep pigs.
Oh, don't talk silly. Yeah, I don't want that.
Oh, of course you're right, with her cooking. You'd never be sure which was your dinner and which was the pig's.
Look, you can't fool me. You want Susan out of the house so you can use her room for your gang, and you can forget all about her living in a cottage with some pigs. She's quite happy here with you and your granddad.
You're not going to ask her then?
No, I'm not. And I'm not taking her out tonight either.
All right then. I'll just have to get on the phone and cancel the meeting. But it'll serve you right if our Susan marries somebody else.
Give over. There's nobody else she's interested in.
Oh, no. There's a man she travels with every morning when she goes to work on the bus. She sees him every day.
What? Well, she's never told me about him. Hey, does she talk to him?
Oh, yes. When she sees him on the bus, her face breaks into a smile. She looks up at him and she says...
Well, go on. What does she say?
1 single to town hall, please.
Jimmy Clitheroe, will you stop messing about and tell your Susan I'm here?
But I've told you, Alfie, she's not in.
She must be, because when I left her last night, she said to pick her up at the office at 6 o'clock tonight, and I know that's what it is now, because my watch was wrong, and Susan said I was a bit fast. My watch, not me. And I checked it with Big Ben, and it again 20 minutes, so I'm here.
At the wrong place.
That's right. What do you mean, the wrong place?
Alfie, search back through that jigsaw puzzle that you call a brain, and think what you just said.
I said when I left Susan last night, she told me to pick her up at the office at 6 o'clock tonight, so here I am.
In our front room.
In your front... Jimmy, I'm here.
Your body's here. Goodness knows where your mind is.
Well, it should be at your Susan's office. I mean, I should. Oh, I've got it all mixed up again. Jimmy, when I get there, she'll murder me.
I'll come with you. She might need some help.
It's not funny. I bet she'll guess I've come here. Jimmy, I'm off. If Susan phones, you know where I'm going, don't you?
Yes, right round the bend.
Yeah. Well, you tell her that, and look, I'm going to her office. Oh, I'm a right fool, I am.
He's always forgetting things, that lad. I'll bet he'd forget his name if it wasn't written inside his cap.
Is Alfie gone, Jimmy?
Yes, Grandad. You can see him through the window. He's dashing through the garden gate and straight for his motorbike. He's gone right past it, the twit. Oh, now he's come back to his bike. He's on. He's off. He's picked the bike up and he's on again. And there he goes, tearing off to our Susan's office in the wrong blinking direction.
Oh, here you are, you two. Tea's ready. Hey, what are you looking at?
It's Alfie, Mum. He's just gone to pick up our Susan at the office.
But if he's picking her up at the office, why did he call here?
Mum, if I could answer that, I'd be on the brains trust.
Hey, Jim, look at that sports car coming down the street. Isn't it a beauty?
Let me see. Whoa, what a smasher, Grandad. I bet you couldn't get that with cigarette coupons. Hey, it's stopped outside our house.
I wonder who it is.
Can't be our rich relations, we haven't any.
Pat, look who's getting out of the car. Our Susan.
So it is. And there's a bloke in the car. Hey, he's kissing her hand. He must be a froggy.
We're in here, love.
Oh, hello, Mother. Has Alfie been around here?
Yes, he's gone looking for you, love.
Oh, trust him to get the arrangements wrong again. I'd have been sitting in the office yet if Mr. Nightingale hadn't offered to run me home.
Oh, so his name's Nightingale, is it? I wondered why I was pecking your hand.
Well, that'll do, Jimmy. Susan, I thought your boss, Mr. Nightingale, was a much older man.
Oh, this is his son, John. He's come up from head office in London to work here. Today's his first day.
Susan, when he lived in London, was he a street singer?
Oh, young Mr. Nightingale?
Yes. I thought he might be the one who sang in Berkeley Square.
Very funny. Mother, I'm going to get washed for tea.
Right, love. She doesn't seem very pleased about Alfie, does she, Father?
You're right, Pat. But come to think of it, I don't think Alfie'd be very pleased if he knew Susan had a lift home with that young Mr. Nightingale.
Why not, Grandad?
Well, you know how jealous he gets.
Oh, yes, you're right. When Bert Potter from the post office gave her a lift, Alfie went mad and accused him of snogging all the way home.
But I didn't know the Burt Potter had a car.
He hasn't. He gave Susan a lift home on his crossbar.
Come in, Alfie, and sit down.
Hello, Alfie.
Yeah, hello. Where's Susan, Mrs. Clitheroe?
She's not home from work yet. I think she's doing a bit of overtime.
Ah, we're blooming John, I suppose.
Mr. Nightingale, you mean?
Mum, I think Alfie'd like a cup of tea.
All right, I was just going to make one. 2 lumps, isn't it, Alfie?
Yes, please, and a drop of arsenic.
What was that?
A drop of milk, he wants.
I know that. Won't be a minute, Alfie.
Alfie, don't let on to me, Mum, that I've told you about John Nightingale and our Susan getting engaged, will you?
You didn't tell me they were engaged.
I've just thought of it. I thought of telling you. It's not definite yet, but if you don't propose tonight, you've had it. Before the month's out, her birdman will be whistling, "Here Comes the Bride."
Well, what can I do? I haven't been able to speak to her for 2 days, only pass messages through you. I've never heard such a daft idea.
I think it's pretty good. It's good not to see each other in case you have a row. Anyway, you can see her tonight and propose. Have you got some chocolates?
Yes, in my pocket here. Hey, what about the boxes I brought last night and the night before?
Oh, they were very nice. They looked very nice.
Ah, here you are, Alfie. There's your tea. And a cup for you, Jim.
Thank you, Mrs. Clitheroe.
And now, if you'll excuse me, Alfie, I must pop down to the corner shop before they close. Give Alfie another cup if he wants one, Jimmy.
Righto, Mum.
Yeah, thanks very much, Mrs. Clitheroe, but it isn't tea I'll be drinking if Susan doesn't change her mind. Again, I mean, she's changed it once for that blinking whistler. Birdman, Jackdaw, Nightingale. But she'll have to change it back again, and I'll go straight down to the Rose and Crown, and I'll have a shandy. 3 shandies.
Alfie, what are you talking about?
Susan's clothes, Mum. He doesn't think she changes them often enough.
Ah, that's right. No, I don't.
Look, she'll be home in a minute, and then you can talk to her yourself. The shop will be closed soon, Mum.
Yes, I must fly. Don't worry, Alfie. Whatever your tiff is about, you and Susan will soon make it up, I'm sure. Give us some chocolates, like you've given Jimmy the last couple of nights.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Clitheroe, it's a good job I brought... What chocolates I gave you?
She means our Susan. She just happened to see me testing them.
Did you eat them?
Well, I did try 1 or 2.
Well, how many did Susan have?
I couldn't say exactly.
Half of them?
No, not half.
A quarter?
Not a quarter exactly.
Yeah, how many?
She's given them up for Lent.
She said she was giving up sugar in her tea.
Yes, well, we've run out of sugar, so she had to give up chocolates.
No, don't be funny.
Never mind that now. She'll be in soon, so start practicing your proposal. I wouldn't go down on your knee in those pants, though. They're too tight. Instead of popping the question, you'll be popping your shirt tail out.
Luke, I don't believe you're Susan and that fella getting engaged.
Well, what about him taking her in his car, kissing her hand? What do you think that's for?
I'll ask him.
Yes, and when you do... You can't do that. He'll kill me. He'll kill you. He's 7 feet tall and broad with it. He makes Fred Emney look like Ted Loon.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not frightened. The bigger they are, the harder I fall. I'll tell Mr. John Nightingale to keep off my worm, bird, girl. Let him flap his wings in his own back garden, or I'll clip 'em for him.
I wish you hadn't told me about Alfred. I have no desire to be involved.
I told you because I might need some advice.
If Alfred finds Mr. Nightingale, my advice to you is emigrate.
Alfie'll never find old Bird Brain's nest. He gets lost sometimes walking upstairs to bed. Anyway, before Susan gets back from the kitchen, if Alfie comes in and says I told him about Nightingale, shall I pretend he's gone crackers or just face up to Susan and say Alfie's lying?
You'll not do either. Remember the old saying, tell the truth and shame the devil.
That's a nice way to talk about my sister.
I was not referring to Susan, as you know very well.
Did I hear my name mentioned? I hope it was something nice, Mr. Craythorpe.
Oh, naturally, what else?
Tell her what you said.
No, I don't want to compliment her to her face. I wouldn't like to embarrass her.
Well, I'll embarrass her. He said that...
James, don't be so naughty.
All right, Mr. Craythorpe, never mind. Excuse me, I'll see who's at the door.
No, I'll go. It'll be Alfie. I mean, you sit down. Have a rest, Susan.
Oh, what's wrong with you? I haven't seen Alfie for 2 days.
Yes, well, he's got to get used to your face again. I mean, you being so pretty.
Mr. Craythorpe, has Jimmy had a knock on the head?
Not yet. I mean, no.
Oh, you is it, troublemaker?
Quiet, Susan's in there.
Alfie, I'm in here. Come in.
Alfie, don't let on, not a word. Susan, it's Alfie. Alfie, everything's fine. I fixed it. You're friends again. Off to the front room and get slopping.
You fixed what?
He's fixed me with old...
Not a word about,
You are?
we don't want to hear, no birds.
What are you doing?
She's trying to stop me telling about seeing Nightingale.
Don't be daft, they don't come out in the daylight, do they, Mr. Craythorpe?
Well, no, not really.
And he's an expert. That's it. All shut up while Mr. Craythorpe does his bird impressions. Whistle like a thrush. Go on.
I will not.
All right, then. Susan, Mr. Craythorpe said that you...
James. Oh, very well.
That was a thrush sitting on a nettle. Now we'll have...
Alfie, what's this about Nightingale?
John Nightingale, when Jimmy told me how you and him were courting.
What?
And then you were getting engaged, I decided to go and tell him to keep off the grass. I phoned their office and somebody gave me the address, Cardigan Road. There was no paper, so I wrote it on a £1 note, got on a bus, asked for a sixpenny, but had no change, so I gave the conductor the note. He gave me a dirty look and 19 in a tanner in threepenny bits. I got off, asked a copper for pullover straight. He sent me to Cardigan Road, but I didn't know the number.
So you didn't find him?
No.
Good.
But I found his house.
How?
Well, I knocked at the door and a lady answered, and I said, could she help me?
And she said, try a doctor.
Shut up. I said I was looking for John Nightingale to stop him chasing after my girl and wanting to get engaged to her, and could she tell me where he lived?
Did she know where he lived?
She knew all right. She's his wife.
Now, don't be daft, Jim. You can't run away to sea.
I could if you give me a lift to Liverpool. Mum and Grandad won't be home for at least an hour.
Jim, when you paint the piper, you have to face the music.
If Mum and Grandad find out what I've done, the music'll be the Dead March.
But you told me Susan said she wouldn't diverge you to them.
No, she was going to tell Knitting Nightingale and let him be the stool pigeon. I thought he'd have been on to them last night.
Maybe she didn't tell him. Perhaps she was just frightening you to cure you of prefabricating.
Yes, maybe you're right. She was just teasing me. Pulling my leg. I'll pull her ponytail off when I see her. I'll bet that's Ozzy. He'll be wanting to come round here for a second tea.
Well, go and have a chinwag with the human ostrich and forget about the other bird, Nightingale. He'll be safely home in his cage by now.
Hello, is that the walking dustbin?
My name is Nightingale.
Oh, heck. Mr. Whittle, it's him.
Was you calling, Wacker?
Yes, for help. It's the pigeon on the phone. And I don't think I'm going to like his message.
Hello? Hello, are you there?
No, we're whole out.
I can't hear properly. Can I speak to Mr. Sinclair, please, or Mrs. Clitheroe?
No, she's indisposed. And he's hinder clink.
Look, I don't know whether you're being funny or you're just stupid, but I'm coming round to see them about a boy called Jimmy.
They won't buy him, they've got one.
Are you Jimmy Clitheroe? You sound cheeky enough.
Hey, I'm the butler. Wait a minute, Mr. Nightingale. Me Grandad and Mum are going out in half an hour, so you can't see them.
Can't I? I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Good. Oh, goodness.
What are you talking about, Jim?
He's coming here in 15 minutes to see Mum and Grandad. And they won't be back for an hour.
Well, he'll just wait for them.
Oh, no, he won't. He'll come when they're not here, see them while they're out, and be gone when they get back.
You what? You sound like Alfie. His kind of talk must be disinfected.
I'm just ringing him to come over. By the time he's listened to Alfie for 10 minutes, Nightingale will be that dizzy he won't know whether to fly away or lay an egg.
Yeah, I don't like this, Jim.
Look, if I tell Nightingale who you are, he'll pick your Adam's apple out. Now, you're looking after Mum, who's supposed to be upstairs, right?
Oh, all right.
And Mr. Whittle...
I know, I'm your grandad. But I feel a right soft Nelly in this kilt. I'm getting drafts where I've never had them before.
It'll only be for 10 minutes.
Mr. Whittle, when a bloke wears a kilt...
All right, Alfie, now then.
No, I mean, how do you put your hands in your pockets?
That'll be Dickie Bird himself. I'll let him in. Now, don't let me down. And if you act good, I'll get you on the telly. Bill and Ben can't last forever.
Wheel him in, Jim. I'm all ready with me Scotch eccentricity.
Alfie, get in the front room and come in after Tweety Pie meets Grandad Whittle.
All right, but I won't know what to say.
That's never stopped you from talking before. Hello, come in, sir.
Thank you. I presume you're young Jimmy delinquent?
I'm glad you like a joke. Come in and meet one. Meet me Grandad, I mean.
Come in, the new.
This is the gentleman, Grandad.
How do you do, sir? I have a serious complaint to see you about.
Well, I'm his grandad, not the doctor. Anyway, I'm tickled pumped to see you jock. On this broad bracket moonlicked racket whacker.
I'm afraid I don't understand you, sir.
Grandad has a rare Scottish accent. He comes from the Highlands.
Oh? Where did you live in Scotland?
Scotland Road.
Look, I haven't come here to listen to stupid jokes. I want you to punish this young scallywag.
Now, keep your vest on. I don't like being referred to as stupid, or my grandson being called a scallion. So just tranquilise yourself, or I might have to feed you a mouthful of knuckles.
Don't frighten me, sir.
Watch it, Mr. Blackbird Nightingale. And me Grandad will do the Highland fling on your nut.
No wonder the boy behaves as he does with a grandfather who's a buffoon.
I'm a what?
A buffoon.
He means you're a monkey.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say.
And who are you, sir?
He's the doctor, looking after me Mum. Tell us, how is she, Doctor?
Who?
Me mother, you Doctor.
Oh, I don't know. She's not here. She's not with us. Yeah, but all there. I mean, she's not well.
I can't understand it. She's only had her usual 2 bottles of gin.
2 bottles? Does your mother drink every day, then?
Of course she drinks every day. She's me mother, not a camel.
Can't you do anything about it, Doctor?
Doctor!
Oh, me ankles! Do anything about what?
To stop his mother drinking bottles of gin.
Well, I could give her a glass. Oh, I see. Stop the gin, yes. Yeah, I'll put her on whiskey. Yeah, I mean milk. Milk and fruit. A glass of fruit and a bowl of whiskey. Milk.
Are you sure you're a doctor?
No. Yes, I am, of course.
Well, he's really a vet, but he's cheap.
Oh. I've had enough. I can see I'm wasting my time.
Are you going, Och Eyeball? Won't you have a sup of whiskey? The old Doc and Dorothy?
I'm going.
Well, give me a cup, Pat. I'll hang it up for you.
Thanks, Father. Oh, I'm tired.
Oh, heck. Quick, Mr. Nightingale, hop out of the window. I mean, go out the back.
I will go out the way I came in.
Well, I'll hop out of the window.
Oh, I'm dying for a cup of tea. Hello, everyone. Jimmy, introduce me.
I'm sorry I'm going. I've met enough people for one day.
And just what do you mean by that, sir?
Well, goodbye, sir. I'll walk down the road with you. As far as London.
Who are you?
Yes, and what are you doing here?
I'm John Nightingale, and I've just met this boy's lout of a grandfather there.
What?
I wanted to see his mother, but she's too drunk to speak to me.
How dare you talk about me like that?
You? I said his mother.
I am his mother.
Yes, and I'm his lout of a grandfather.
Well, who are these people?
I'm Harry.
Yeah, I'm Alfie.
And I'm not very well at all.
Those involved with the Clitheroe Kid this week were Peter Sinclair as grandfather, Patricia Burke as mother, Leonard Williams as both Theodore Craythorpe and Harry Whittle, Danny Ross as Alfie Hall, and Diana Day as Susan. Also appearing were Tony Melody and Brian Truman. The recorded programme, written by James Casey and Frank Roscoe, was produced by James Casey and starred Jimmy Clitheroe as the Kid himself.
Oh, what a night! I've never seen Grandad so cross. His face was that red when he opened his mouth and nearly posted a letter. Still, I was cunning. I apologised to Mam, Grandad, Mr. Nightingale, Alfie. I even apologised to Susan. Then Grandad apologised to me. He took me on his knee and said, "I'm sorry, son, but this is going to hurt you." And it did. Ta-ra!
We present Jimmy Clitheroe as the Clitheroe Kid with Peter Sinclair, Patricia Burke, Leonard Williams, Danny Ross, and Diana Day in
James Mr. Piano Clitheroe.
Here we are, Jimmy. This is Mr. Craythorpe's house. I know that because I've just seen his sister having a bath in the garden. No, I mean, his sister's a bird. She's got a bath in the garden, on top of that pole. Not her, but the bird bath.
It's up the pole.
Yeah.
Like you.
Don't be cheeky. You just had a lift on my motorbike. Now, don't forget that.
I won't. My stomach will remind me.
What are you talking about?
You took me all over those potholes right after a big tea. I'm not kidding. My baked beans were bouncing about like the bullets in a Wild West gunfight.
Look, I've got you to Craythorpe's in time for your piano lesson, so stop grumbling.
You'd grumble if you spent every Monday night stuck in Mr. Craythorpe's musical torture chamber. You should have heard him last week. James, you must play with more feeling. You must make the piano sing. I said, let's stuff a Swiss roll inside and see if it'll yodel.
Give over. You should think yourself lucky learning the piano. When I was a lad, I had to learn what my dad played, and I didn't fancy it because he had a big drum.
Through eating too many potatoes?
Yeah. No, he was in a brass band, but his drum was bigger than him, and when they went out on processions, he couldn't see over the top of it, and he kept going the wrong way. He finished up in the canal once.
And that's how he got barnacles on his bearskin. What about that, Mr. Craythorpe? Did it send you?
No, it didn't. I was about to go of my own accord.
You what?
James, I've been listening to your scales for the past 15 minutes, and they are dreadful.
Well, I know there were a few wrong notes, but my hands did start and finish together, didn't they?
Look, stop being funny and play me the scale of C major.
C major? Yes. Is that the one where I jump from one whiten to another whiten and land on a black un?
Oh, saints preserve us. C major is the open scale. You use only the white notes. Now, off you go.
Right. Scale of C major. Scale of C major. Are you sure you wouldn't like chopsticks again?
No, thank you, James.
Oh, go on, Mr. Craythorpe. I'll give you chopsticks. Cross hands this time.
Look, there is middle C where you start from. Now play me the scale.
Oh, all right then. Eyes down for a full scale.
Now go on, James. Continue upwards. That's right, carry on. What have you stopped for?
If I go any further, I'll fall off the end of the piano.
James, I don't want to hear any more funny remarks. Play me the Beethoven minuet, and then you can have a rest.
Better still, I'll play you God Save the Queen, and then I can go home.
James, if you don't want to feel my ruler on your knuckles, you'd better play the minuet.
Oh, all right, Mr. Craythorpe. Here goes.
Stop, James! Stop! Stop!
Second chorus, all together now.
James, what was that meant to be?
What was wrong with it?
That music is supposed to conjure up a picture of two stately courtiers doing a minuet. Your left hand was far too fast.
Well, perhaps one of them was doing the twist.
I shall do the twist in a moment with my hands round your... Oh, what's the use? I can do nothing with you.
Oh, well, if you've taught me everything you know, I'll be off.
That will do. You ought to make the most of your talents, regardless of the hard work. When Mozart was a boy, he practiced for hours and hours in a cold, dark attic. And when he grew older, look what happened to him.
Yes, he died.
Look, just play that minuet again whilst I answer the door. Go on, I shall be listening.
Oh, all right, Mr. Craythorpe.
Come in here, Alfred.
Thanks, Mr. Craythorpe.
Oh, hello, Alfie. I was just going to play your signature tune.
What's that?
The Donkey Serenade.
Oh, turn it up. I've called back because I thought your lessons had been nearly over. Do you want to lift home?
Oh, but I haven't finished playing yet, Alfie. Would you like to hear The Flight of the Bumblebee?
Oh, yes, I would.
Well, stick your head in a beehive.
Well, it sounds a good idea, Mrs. Billington. You say it applies to Jimmy's class as well?
That is correct. All the junior classes in the school will provide one pupil to play in the end-of-term musical concert.
And they're picking the boys on Saturday, you say?
Yes, I believe young James plays the piano.
Plays it? That's a good one. The only time he goes near the piano is to stand a dartboard on it.
Susan, that'll do, love.
Sorry, Mother.
Well, though I say it myself, my little suggestion has been well received, especially by my dear friend, Mrs. Whiteside, the mayoress, you know.
Oh, yes, I've heard she's a very keen music lover.
Yes, and she has graciously donated a prize worth 10 guineas to each lucky pupil selected.
10 guineas? For that, our Jimmy would be a whole one-man band. Oh, excuse me, I can see Alfie's motorbike just pulling up outside. I want him to go an errand for me before he puts it away. I'll just go and speak to him.
Yes, any boy playing a standard musical instrument will be eligible for consideration.
Alfie, before you put your bike away, could I have a word with you?
Just a minute, Alfie. Susan wants to speak to you.
Oh, what about?
I think she wants to ask you to run away and get married to somebody else.
Oh, be quiet. Alfie, while you've got your bike out, would you go an errand for me?
Ah, Susan, you know I'd do anything for you. Yeah, what is it?
Would you go to the chemist and get a home perm?
Give over, he doesn't use a home perm, do you, Alfie?
No, of course not. Man, when I was 17, I once tried curling my hair with a poker, but it was too hot and I was half bald for 3 weeks. But in those days, I was young and daft.
And now you're old and daft.
That's right. Susan, would you mind not looking while I clout him?
Look, get in the house, troublemaker.
All right, Susan.
Not you, Jimmy.
All right, I'm going.
And when you get in there, be careful what you say. Mrs. Billington's called.
Beaky Billington? Hey, Ozzy wrote a song about her. Listen. Sweetest little Beaky couldn't touch her toes, 'cause her arms were shorter than a great long shiny nose.
Look, stop being rude and leave us alone.
Oh, all right then. Cheerio, Alfie.
Yeah, cheerio, Jimmy.
Don't keep our Susan standing out there too long, or the neighbours will think we've bought a scarecrow. Right, now I'll go and say hello to Winnie the Woodpecker.
I like anything that has a good tune. I happen to be very fond of the thieving magpie.
She must mean her husband.
What was that, boy?
Oh, I thought I saw your husband up a tree, up the street.
Jimmy, Mrs. Billington's been telling us about the end-of-term concert at school. Did you know about it?
Oh, that. I heard something about it in class this morning. I wonder what Twit thought of that.
I did.
Oh, what a smashing idea.
Jimmy, Mrs. Billington was saying they're picking one boy from each class, and I hope you put your name forward.
Well, I did say I might think about it, because they've only got 2 names so far, Ozzy and Charlie Thompson, and they'd never pick Charlie in a million years.
Why, what instrument does he play?
Well, he tries to blow the cornet. I think he'd do better if he filled it with ice cream and sucked it.
I understand your friend Oswald Higginbottom is showing considerable promise on the piano.
You what? Ozzy, a pianist? I heard better music last night when Grandad fell over the dustbin. He sang a few funny words as well, but I daren't tell you what they were.
Jimmy, I'm quite sure my son can do as well as Ozzy, Mrs. Billington.
Perhaps, but I am assured by Oswald's music teacher, Dr. Benson, that the boy is already developing quite a repertoire.
I know it's all them meat pies he keeps eating.
Yes, Mrs. Billington. I'm sure that if Jimmy puts his mind to it, he has a very good chance of winning that 10-guinea prize.
Look, Mum, I don't think I want it. 10 guineas?
Yes, it's a prize donated by the Lady Mayoress to each boy selected for the concert. And I'm sure that in a household like Oswald's, 10 guineas would be most welcome. It would buy a lot of extras.
It'd buy a lot of pints as well.
Jimmy, pay no attention to him, Mrs. Billington, and rest assured, when my grandson wins that 10 guineas, it'll be put to a very good use.
If he wins it, that is.
Oh, I'm sure he has a very good chance. Mind you, he'll have to work hard at his piano studies.
Oh, he'd have to do that, because until the end of term, all the selected pupils will have to put in some regular weekly practice at school.
Oh, I thought there'd be a catch in it. They'll have us down there every Saturday afternoon when we could be watching football.
I happen to know that the practice period will be each Friday afternoon from 3 to 4.
Well, I still say Friday afternoon. That's when we have our blinking mathematics test. Hey, if I got picked for the concert, I'd get out of it so I could practice. Thanks for telling me, Mrs. Billington.
Oh, now, just a moment, boy. I hope you won't go hinting to your maths master that I've shown you a way to get out of your tests.
Oh, don't worry, I won't mention your name. I'll just say a little bird told me.
Look, will you just clear out of this front room? Alfie and I are having a quiet evening on our own.
Mum says I've got to practice the Bluebells of Scotland. It's my test piece for Saturday.
Yeah, but do you have to practice it now, Jimmy? I want to be alone with my test piece. A piece of goods. Oh, Susan.
Alfie, this is important. If I get picked on Saturday, I get 10 guineas for myself, and I miss maths test every Friday till the end of term. I haven't had a chance like this since I tried to catch Ozzy's measles during Bobber Job Week.
Oh, why don't you get lost?
Now then, Susan, you'll change your tune when I'm a famous pianist. Hey, I'll need a stage name. Got it. Jim Dizzyfingers Clitheroe. Available for concerts, half-sister, will travel.
Jimmy, if you're going to stay here, just stop trying to be funny and play something.
Right, Alfie. I'll give you my latest composition to the tune of Oh, Can You Wash Your Father's Shirt? Oh, you can't wash our Susan's face. The makeup is too thick. To scrape the war paint off, you need a chisel and a pick.
Pat, how much longer have we got to listen to that?
Now, Father, we told him off for not practicing. We can't complain when he does.
But it's gone on for 2 hours. I'm proud of my country. But if I hear Bluebells of Scotland much more, I'll change my name to Di Evans and set fire to my kilt.
You must admit he's improved.
He's right, Mr. Sinclair. He is getting better.
And I'm heading for a nervous breakdown. He's been in there now for 3 nights, picking his bloomin' Scottish bluebells.
You think he just picked a weed by mistake.
You can ring Nelly with a 20-inch Nelly, but don't ring Lou. You can ring Faye with a great big head, but don't ring Lou. Sorry, ma'am.
He's got another 3 days before his test, hasn't he, Mrs. Clitheroe?
That's right, Alfie.
Hey, stop.
Let me know when it's 7 o'clock. Mr. Craythorpe said I only have to practice my piece for an hour tonight.
It's 7 o'clock now.
Father, it isn't.
Well, it's near enough. It's done 6:30.
Mom, could Alfie bring me a glass of lemonade while I'm practicing, please?
Come and get it yourself. You said Cleethorpe told you to stop practicing at 7 o'clock.
He said stop practicing bluebells. From 7 to 8 I have to practice my scales.
Oh, no.
Very good, Jim. Very good.
It wasn't bad, Harry, was it, Father? Father? Father!
Yes. Sorry. Just a minute till I take this cotton wool out of my ears. What'd you say?
Never mind.
I didn't get one wrong note, ma'am.
Hello, Jim. You're getting to be a real juvenile prodigal.
Oh, I'm all there with me semi-quavers.
Now, don't you get too cocky. You've got a long way to go yet.
Yes, so I should get your bike out and start travelling.
Now then, Father, there's no need for sarcasm. If you're going out with Harry, I should go and get ready.
Ah, well, you're right, my dear. Well, I'll only be a minute, Harry.
Right, Pete.
If you'll excuse me, Harry, I have a few things to finish up in the kitchen.
Oh, that's all right, Pat. Jim and me'll just have a chin waggle about his musical atrocities.
What?
Is Joanna playing?
Oh, yes, I see. Yeah, well, his grandfather certainly thinks that Jim's playing is atrocious.
Huh? And I thought he didn't like it.
Mr. Whittle, Ma'am means that... Yes, Grandad thinks the same about your singing.
Does he?
Yes, he said you've got the most atrocious voice he's ever heard.
Huh. Well, isn't that nice?
I think the same. So does me mum.
Jimmy!
But it's true, ma'am. Mr. Whittle's singing is atrocious. Very atrocious. Very, very, very atrocious. In fact, if he practiced more, he might get to be diabolical.
No, Jim, don't embarrass me.
Stop it! Excuse me, Harry, if I must get tidied up. I'm expecting Theodore, Mrs. Billington.
What's tickling your ma, Jim?
Beaky Billington's nose.
You are?
She always laughs when she thinks of Beaky Billington coming in with Mr. Craythorpe. We call him the Owl and the Pussycat.
Oh, that's good. Theo the Moggy. Although with them specs on, Craythorpe looks more like the owl.
Come in, Mr. Craythorpe.
Oh, thank you, Susan. Hello, James. Hello, Whittle.
Hello, Mr. Craythorpe.
Well, if it isn't old Theo that's happy. Caught any good mices lately?
No, but he's dragged in a funny-looking bird.
What are you two talking about?
He's trying to be funny about me.
No, Mr. Craythorpe. We were expecting you to bring Beaky Billington, and instead you walk in with Vera the Vulture.
That does it. You've been asking for a smack across the face, and now you're going to get it.
Help protect me, Mr. Craythorpe. Get in front of me.
James, stop pushing me.
Take that, you little beast.
Ow! Oh!
I'm sorry, Mr. Craythorpe.
What's going on here?
Oh, Susan, just slap Mr. Craythorpe's face.
What? Craythorpe, what have you been up to?
Me?
Mr. Craythorpe didn't do anything. That horror was the cause of it.
Well, now she's blaming Mr. Whittle.
Oh, no, Jim. Don't try to imprecate me.
No, come on then. What's all this about?
All right, Father, you can leave this to me. Harry's waiting to go out with you. He doesn't want to stop here and watch our family squabbles.
Oh, I don't mind, Pat. That right swing of Susan's was the best I've seen since my sister belted her husband for kissing her bridesmaid.
But surely the groom usually kisses the bridesmaid.
This was 2 years after the wedding.
Oh, come on, Harry, let's go. Well, cheerio, everyone.
Right, yeah, Pete. Cheerio, folks. Or as the French say, reservoir.
Oh, Mother, I don't know how I managed to keep from laughing out loud when I hear Mr. Whittle's funny words.
He has the same trouble when he looks at your face.
All right, we don't want any more trouble. Theodore, I thought Mrs. Billington was coming round with you.
Oh, she's coming later, and since there's no point in starting without her, I was wondering if we might fill in the time by hearing James play his piano piece.
In that case, I'll go and shampoo my hair now instead of after supper. I'll see you later, after the concert.
If you hang on, I'll get Grandad's blue lamp and give you a singe as well.
You can't blame her, Jim. You're not exactly a concert pianist, are you?
I'm the best in our class, and that's good enough for a 10-guinea prize.
I shouldn't count your tickets, James. Unless you've improved greatly since last night, I'm afraid Oswald may beat you to it.
You're joking, aren't you? Dumbbell Higginbottom. He knows nothing. He thinks a crotchet is a bad-tempered old man.
Well, Dr. Benson is confident that Oswald will win, and he could be right. I'm afraid Oswald has turned out to be a dark horse.
In that case, I think I'll pay a visit to the Higginbottom stable. Their little nag will have to be nobbled.
Now, just you wait a minute, Jim. Before we knock on Higginbottom's door, I want to know what you're up to.
Don't worry, just leave everything to me and agree with what I say.
That's what you said when I came with you at the jumble sale. Then you got me confused and I said I didn't like his wife's old clock and Mr. Higginbottom clouted me dial.
We're not taking anything. I'm giving him something for Ozzy. My piano music for the Bluebells of Scotland.
Well, I've just bought you that music for £2 bob.
The one you bought is in me pocket. This is mine. The one I'm giving to Ozzy. So Mr. Higginbottom will think I'm giving up the contest and get suspicious. But it's not my fault, because I'm telling the truth, see?
No. Yeah, I thought you wanted to win the competition.
That's why I'm here. So Mr. Higginbottom will tell Ozzy not to enter.
He won't do that because you ask him.
I know, but he might do it because I don't ask him.
Oh, I get it. No, I don't.
You will if you don't back me up. If you happen to say the wrong thing, don't worry, I'll nip you. Don't be scared. Higginbottom's bark's worse than his bite.
Oh, Clitheroe, it's you.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Bark. Bite. Dog. Higginbottom.
I see you brought Dizzy down with you.
That's a good one, isn't it, Alfie? Mr. Higginbottom's very funny, isn't he? He was funny.
Oh, yes, very funny. What's funny?
All right. Hurry up and tell me what you want so I can say no.
I just wanted you to give this to Ozzy. It's my copy of Bluebells of Scotland, because I won't need it now.
Ozzy's got his own music.
Well, this can be a spare, in case he loses his own. I mean, I want to make sure he wins the contest now.
Just a minute. Aren't you going in for it then now?
Well, I was, but you know how my granddad is about spending money. Anyway, I'll see you again. Ta-ra!
Now, hang on. What have you found out about this piano lark that I don't know?
Nothing. Have I, Alfie?
You are.
we don't know anything, do we?
No, not a thing.
I hope Ozzy wins, Mr. Higginbottom. Give him that music, because I don't need it. Do I, Alfie?
No, because you've got another one that I give you. Ow, you nipped me. You nipped me.
Clitheroe, what are you up to? They said it doesn't cost anything to enter.
That's right, isn't it, Alfie?
Oh, definitely, that's right.
Look, Ozzy's going to win that 10-guinea prize. What's funny about that?
Nothing. Not a thing. Good luck to him.
Yes, we hope he enjoys it.
What are you laughing at, Alfie?
I don't know. I mean, I can't say because Jimmy hasn't told me.
It's all right, Mr. Higginbottom. You're not like me granddad. You want Ozzy to get on, whatever it costs you. Well, ta-ra. Come on, Alfie.
Come here. What's wrong with this contest?
Nothing, is there, Alfie?
No, it's a very good contest. Oh, he's smashing it. It's a wonderful contest.
Then why does he say he's packing it in?
So you'll tell your Aussie to pack it in? You're not to win. You enter it. Don't cut your nails.
Oh, don't some mothers have 'em? I think you've done very well out of it. Well, that's taken care of Master Ozzy.
Have you finished your breakfast? I want to wash up.
Yes, sister dear. I'm just going into the front room for one last practice on the Joanna before I go to school and collect the prize.
There you go, counting your chickens again. I thought Mr. Craythorpe said Ozzy was the favourite.
Yes, well, the favourite has just been scratched. Ozzy's not going in for it.
What for?
For my roller skates, my magnifying glass, and the knife. It has the thing on it for removing Boy Scouts from horses' hooves and stones.
He must be crackers, giving up the chance of a 10-guinea prize.
Well, maybe he was a bit scared.
That you'd win?
No, I told him how dangerous piano playing can be. I mean, the lid could fall on your hands. You might get your nose jammed in the piano wires. And
You little villain.
I wonder if the 10-guinea prize will be an electric train. Or maybe a spacesuit with a death ray gun.
Mother, shall I start serving the lunch?
We'll wait 5 minutes more. Jimmy should be back from school soon.
Well, I hope he'll do his practicing at those Friday afternoon sessions at school. Or at least wait until opening time at night.
Oh, he's probably not been picked anyway.
What a blooming day.
What did I say?
Well, what did you say, Pinhead?
She said you wouldn't be picked, and I can see she was right.
Well, it's time you change your specs. I was picked.
Oh, that's marvellous, Jim.
He only won because Ozzy withdrew.
I'll withdraw him when I see him, the twister. He knew before he took my roller skates off me.
Jimmy, aren't you pleased? I mean, missing the maths tests on a Friday and...
They've changed the math to Wednesday and moved Wednesday's PT to Friday. Now, while they're having fun climbing up the ropes, I'll be going up the wall playing scales.
Well, at least you'll have the 10-guinea prize. You will, won't you?
Oh, yes, the wonderful prize worth 10 guineas. Do you know what it is?
No, what is it?
20 blooming piano lessons from rotten Dr. Benson.
Those involved with the Clitheroe kid were Peter Sinclair as grandfather, Patricia Burke as mother, Leonard Williams as both Theodore Craythorpe and Harry Whittle, Danny Ross as Alfie Hall, and Diana Day as Susan. Also appearing were Tony Melody, Rosalie Williams, and Harry Hayward at the piano. The recorded program, written by James Casey and Frank Roscoe, was produced by James Casey and starred Jimmy Clitheroe as the kid himself. We present Jimmy Clitheroe as the Clitheroe Kid with Peter Sinclair, Patricia Burke, Leonard Williams, Danny Ross, and Diana Day in
Going to the Dogs.
Fresh air. That's the stuff, Alfred.
Yeah, it's a bit too fresh for me.
Oh, there's James, standing outside Whittle's house. Hello, James.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Craythorpe, and Alfie. Walking as well. Where's the chicken coop and the bone shaker?
Chicken coop and bone shaker?
Mr. Craythorpe's car and your motorbike. Have you both done a swap with the ragman for a bowl of goldfish?
Ah, that's it. Belt up. Look, why are you hanging about outside Whittle's?
Oh, I'm going for a walk with his old dad.
Well, it's a lovely night for a stroll, James, provided you don't go too far. Where are you both going?
Oh, just down to the dogs.
The dogs?
The dogs' home. Old Mr. Whittle loves dogs. When he was a lighthouse keeper, he had a little dachshund, and every night it followed him upstairs to bed.
Well, there's hundreds of steps in a lighthouse.
I know, that's what wore its legs down. When he first got it, it was a bull mastiff.
Give over. Hey, there's old Mr. Whittle coming out of the house.
I won't be a moment, Jim. I'll just lock up the lighthouse and then we'll go ashore.
Righto! Look at him, Mr. Craythorpe. Isn't he marvellous? 82 years old and still got his own tooth.
Right now, Jim. I've filled my lamps, trimmed my wicks, and I'm ready for off. Hello. Who's these two chaps? A couple of shipwrecked sailors waiting to be rescued?
It's Mr. Craythorpe and Alfie Hall.
What? You caught a crayfish in the Albert Hall?
Oh, heck. I'd forgotten he's a bit deaf on one side. I'll shout up a bit.
I'll tell him who we are, James. I am Theodore Craythorpe, sir.
So there's no need to apologise. We're in no hurry.
You lay up, I'll have a go. Hello, Mr. Whittle. I'm Alfie Hall, Jimmy's sister Susan's boyfriend.
Oh, very interesting. I say, aren't you Alfie Hall, Jimmy's sister's boyfriend?
That's what I just said I was.
Yeah, I can't hear you, you see. You're on my bad side, the bad side.
Bad side? Well, what's he talking about, Jimmy?
It means you're on his right side and you should be on his left side, because his left side's his good side and not his right side.
Oh, I say, Jim, are you sure they're a couple of shipwrecked sailors?
Look, sir, we are Theodore Craythorpe and Alfred Hall, and we are not shipwrecked mariners.
Oh, foreigners, that's explained it.
It's no use, Mr. Craythorpe. There's only one way you'll get a message through to him.
What's that, James?
Put it in a bottle and throw it in his bath.
The result of that race was, first, number 4, Peg's Delight. Second, number 1, the Flying Scot.
Number 4 was first, I won me bet.
Wait a minute, you didn't back number 4 on that last race. It was the race before that.
No, Jim, you got it wrong. Look, go and get 2 meat pies while I collect me winnings from the bookie.
But Mr. Whitley won't give you any money. You didn't win. Your dog came out of the trap you owned and walked back in again.
Oh, stop pulling me leg. Now, which bookie did I place me bet with then?
Oh, it was him over there with the broken nose and the shifty eyes. He hides his face every time the policeman passes.
Oh, of course, honest Charlie. Now, you get the pies while I collect me winnings.
But Mr. Whitley haven't won. Come back. Oh, what's the use? He's not with it. Oh, heck, it's crowded. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Who do you think you're, chubby, my lad? Clitheroe? It's you.
Oh, heck, go on, Fred.
What was that?
Oh, nothing, Mr. Higginbottom. Now, if you'll excuse me, can I walk through your legs and I'll be on my way?
Just a minute. What are you doing on a dock track? I suppose you've come here to play one of your innocent little pranks, like doping all the greyhounds.
Oh, very funny, Mr. Higginbottom. I must remember to tell that to the other dope, your Aussie.
That does it. Come here.
Oh, let go of me. I'm here with Mr. Whittle's dad, and he's an old sailor. If he catches you hitting me, he'll tie your neck in a granny knot.
Whittle's dad? That old pensioner? Where is the weak-kneed old gent? Having a lie down between races?
No, he's over there, look. Clouting on his Charlie with his own satchel.
He must have gone mad. What's he playing at?
He's trying to collect the winnings that he hasn't won.
What are you talking about?
Look out, he's coming.
Did you see me, Jim? No, not bad for an old man, eh? No. Is there anybody else wants sorting out while I'm in the mood?
Yes, Mr. Higginbottom here. He called you a weak-kneed old...
Turn it up, Clitheroe. What's the trouble about? Wouldn't honest Charlie pay you winnings then?
Winnings? Oh, I remember now, yes. I kept wondering why I was clouting him. You see, it was just a waste of time, though. I didn't back the right dog. Yeah, you might have told me, Jim.
Might have told you.
Anyway, it's all right, Jim. You start on Saturday.
Clitheroe, have you any idea what he's blabbering about?
Hang on, I'll go round to his good side and ask him. Calling W for Whittle, here is a message for your brain. Return to base immediately so we can find out what you're talking about. Roger and out.
Oh, well, we'll speak to your pal Roger when he comes back, yeah. But first, you see, we've got to go and see a man about a dog.
Oh, have we? Well, it's over there.
No, Jim. The man who owns the dog that you're going to walk around the track, you see, at 10 bob a night.
Oh, I see. Well, what, 10 bob a night? Just for taking a greyhound for a tatar?
Are you going, Jim? Yes, well, ta-ta to you then, yes.
Look, did you say this lad's going to walk the greyhounds round for 10 bob a night?
A fight? Oh, no, thanks, I've had one. No. Yes. Anyway, now, just let me tell you the good news. You see, I've got Jim a job walking the dog round the track for 10 bob a night, starting Saturday. Yes, well, now, I bet that'll surprise you, Mr.
Higginbottom.
Oh, I see. Have you seen a doctor about it?
Oh, I can't stand any more of this. I'm off before he drives me bonkers.
Did you hear that, Jim? Playing conkers at his age. Ridiculous.
Look, never mind him.
Too big.
Is this on the level about me getting 10 bob a night?
Well, of course. Now, we'll be meeting the chap to fix it in a minute.
Well, look, I don't think Mum and Grandad would like to know I was working here.
No.
But even if we don't tell them, you might tell somebody else and they might pass it on. So whatever you do, you mustn't tell anybody we've been to the dog track.
Oh, we'll come back. But if we do, I've just thought of something, Jim. Now, whatever happens, we mustn't tell anybody that we've been at the dog track.
Yes. Why didn't I think of that?
I'm sorry you can't turn out for the Dutch match on Saturday, Harry. Should be a good game.
I know, Pete. I'd have been there if it wasn't for my old dad. I told him not to go out last night, but anything I say is just like the straw off a duck's back.
And now he's done with a cold, you say?
Ah, that's right, and when the doctor finds out, he'll tie him to his bed with his otoscope. Do you know, he warned him not to go out with his chest being bad, especially to a cold, drafty dog track. It was just tempting prominence.
Yeah, well, it does seem a shame, Harry. Your dad's told me how much he looks forward to his night out at the dogs.
Ah, but you don't know what the bother he causes. Now, take the last time I went with him.
Yeah.
He caused more trouble than an ant's nest at a nudist's picnic. Anyway, my old dad won't be going to any dog beating. Well, not on Saturday. He's staying at home with me.
You what, Mr. Whittle? What did you say?
Oh, hello, Jim. I was just telling your mum and Grandad that I'm not letting my old dad go to the dogs on Saturday.
Well, you can't do that. Saturday's the night when I start work.
What's that, Jimmy?
Start work on me arithmetic studies. So I can win the first race, the first prize in the exams. When I go to see the headmaster in his kennel, trap.
What are you talking about?
Nothing, Grandad.
Hey, for a minute, Jim, you sounded like my old dad when he come back from the races last night. He rambled on that much, I thought he was having one of his mental abbreviations. Hey, come to think of it, he mentioned you, Jim.
Did he?
What was it my old dad said? Oh, yes. He said he saw you last night, Jim.
Did you see him, Jimmy?
I think there's somebody at the door. I'll just go.
I've got it. Now, he said...
Mr. Whittle.
He said you lent him threepence to buy a paper. If you want it, here you are, Jim.
Oh, that's different. I thought he'd been telling you about backing
what?
Backing his bike into a bread van.
It's all right, Jim. My son Harry's out. You're on my good side, so you can talk away now.
All I've got to say is I'm fed up about tomorrow night.
What do you mean about walking the dog round for 10 bob?
Yes, now I can't do it thanks to your cruel son.
Oh, but we can go now, because I've got a sprained ankle.
Wait a minute. What's this about a sprained ankle?
Well, with the sprained ankle, I can't go out tomorrow anyway, so my son's going to the dart match after all. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm sorry about this, Mr. Whittle. When did you sprain your ankle?
In about 5 minutes' time.
I'm sorry, I'm not with it. I'm just not with it.
Well, now, look. Now, if my son goes playing darts with your granddad and you stop at home instead of going with your mother, we can both go to the dogs because my sprained ankle isn't.
Wait a minute. You're pretending to have a sprained ankle.
Oh, no, I'm only pretending it's strained.
Mr. Whittle, you crafty old wick trimmer.
Jimmy, are you sure, son, you don't want to come with me tonight?
No, Mum. I mean, I'd like to, but I ought to do some swatting. You said me marks haven't been very good lately.
I know that, but I don't want you to be miserable all over the weekend. You know the saying, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
Oh, don't worry, this Jack's all right. I mean, I really don't mind not going, Mum.
Well, if you're sure you want to study, I know how you can make some money tonight.
Who told you? How do you know? How do you mean?
Well, you know that nice lady who lives down the road, Mrs. Fraser?
Yes.
She mentioned to me that she was wanting a babysitter for tonight. So I said you would do it.
Oh, yes, You what? Oh, no, Mama, I can't.
Why not? You'll get £50 and some of her lovely cakes, I expect.
I know, but the baby might cry.
You can give it a dummy.
Mr. Whittles expect me to go to give him a dummy to pop into... I don't know what to do with babies.
There's nothing to do. I've told you, if it cries, give it its dummy.
Yes, but babies do more than cry, you know. What if it was feeling sick?
What is all this? You've been babysitting for other people. What's so different about tonight? Are you up to something?
Of course not. I'll fix it and do it.
Good, that's settled. Well, I'm just going upstairs to have a wash. If Mr. Craythorpe comes while I'm up there, tell him I won't be long.
All right, Mum.
Oh, Susan, would you do the dishes for me, love?
Righto, Mother.
Why hasn't Mrs. Fraser got a blooming nursemaid? Has an idea. We have a girl.
Hello. What's this miracle I've heard about? You staying in to study?
Well, I'm not staying in. I'm going to have a smashing time tonight. I'm going to Mrs. Fraser's babysitting. I'll have sweets, cakes, and they've got all the latest records. I'll bet you wish you could go.
Well, you'd lose your bet. I'm going dancing.
Well, go dancing then, scraggy neck. And I hope you get cramp in the middle of the twist.
Thank you. And I hope you have a nice time with the baby, nurse.
Oh, blooming heck, there must be somebody who'd like to mind a baby. Where can I find a mug? If that's Alfie, my search is over. I'll have to tell him a sob story.
Yeah, hello, Jimmy.
Well, if it isn't Alfie, but a handicap. Alfie, come in.
You do get flustered sometimes when you talk, don't you?
I do. That's a laugh coming from the lad with the revolving mouth.
What did he say?
It's your lucky night. You're taking our Susan somewhere where you can dance, eat. You'll have all the snogging you want. 2 couches, no waiting, swinging. All free, and you'll get £50 for going.
What is it? Some new club they're advertising?
Yes, Mrs. Fraser's Stalk Club.
What? You are?
You know Mrs. Fraser down the road, that very nice lady?
Yeah, oh, yes.
Well, her baby'll be in that house tonight, all alone. No one to guard it, to look after it, to give it its dummy or pat it on the bobo.
What do you mean? They've left her baby on its own?
Terrible, isn't it? A poor little baby girl. Alfie, will you be the knight who rescues this little damsel in distress before the dragon comes?
The dragon?
How, Susan? I mean, before his mother comes back.
Yeah, well, I couldn't leave a little baby on its own.
Good. Off you go, Sir Lancelot. Mount your fiery charger and gallop to the rescue.
You are?
Jump on your motorbike and beat it to Fraser's.
Oh, no, he won't. Alfie, take no notice of him.
I thought you were washing up.
I was, till I heard you telling Alfie that rubbish.
Rubbish? There is a baby there.
Well, it's none of our business.
Yeah, now, Susan, that's no way to talk. Poor little baby all alone with nobody to give it to dummy. Change its bottle of milk. I mean, feed it and protect it from the dragon in the castle. In the house.
The baby is perfectly all right. All Mrs. Fraser wants is a babysitter. So don't try and put it onto somebody else.
You, he's a little fibber.
Excuse me, Alfie, till I see who this is.
Oh, good evening, Susan.
Good evening, Mr. Craythorpe. Come in.
Thank you. Hello, James. Alfred.
Hello, Mr. Craythorpe.
Hello, Mr. Craythorpe. Come in here. I've got a message for you from my mum.
Oh, very well. She's not gone out already, has she?
Oh, no, come in. I'll explain.
Very well.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And again. Listen, Mr. Craythorpe, you know Mrs. Fraser's baby?
Oh, yes, the lovely little girl.
Well, she's very fond of you.
The baby is?
No, Mrs. Fraser. The baby likes you as well. She said you're the nicest man she knows.
The baby did?
No, Mrs. Fraser. She's only interested in drinking.
Mrs. Fraser is?
No, the baby. Look, Mrs. Fraser wants a babysitter tonight, but she didn't like to ask you, so I thought I'd do it for her.
Well, that's very nice of her.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I pass.
Well, I'd like to look after the baby, but Mrs. Fraser is a bit of a crank.
Well, you don't have to mind her.
No, I mean she's a bit of a crank about colds. With my cold, she wouldn't let me go near the baby. I did hear that when her husband gets a cold, she makes him have his meals in the greenhouse.
Hey, that's it. Thanks, Mr. Craythorpe. She's afraid of colds, is she?
Oh, hello, Theodore. I'm sorry I kept you waiting.
Not at all, Mrs. Clitheroe. I'm early. I came to tell you that Mrs. Billington has a chill and won't be attending the meeting herself, so I wondered whether you would feel like going or not.
Oh, I see. Well, no, there's not much point in my going, is there?
You'll be staying in then, ma'am, on your own.
Oh, so it seems.
Oh, what a pity. I've got to go babysitting with a puppet.
Well, if you have any trouble, or if she seems to be upset, you can ring me up.
Don't worry, if she's ill, I'll ring for the doctor.
But, Jim, lad, why are we going this way? This isn't the road to the Greyhound track.
Mr. Whittle, I've been trying to tell you. I've got to call on Mrs. Fraser. Fraser, you know her?
Oh, of course, Mrs. Fraser, yes. There's no need to shout.
Well, that's it. I was supposed to go to Fraser's babysitting.
The Frasers are flitting. They've only been here a month.
Don't bother. Look, I'm on your bad side. Come here. Just a minute. While I get Mrs. Fraser to tell me I can't look after the baby.
Oh, we can't take a baby to the dogs.
I'm already taking one, you. Oh, wait here.
He's a funny lad, that. Doesn't seem to understand a word I say.
I think walking round his lighthouse sent him dizzy for life.
Oh, hello, Jimmy. You're early. Come in. Well, how are you, Jimmy?
I'm fine, Mrs. Fraser. How are you?
Have you got a cold?
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
Look, you ought to be in bed.
Oh, no. I'm here to look after the baby. Just give me some hot milk, 2 aspirins, and lead me to the cot.
I couldn't let you look after the baby the way you are.
Oh, don't worry about me. I've got some smelling salts and brandy. If I feel faint, they'll bring me round in no time.
Do you mean you've actually been fainting?
Well, I haven't fainted once today, yet. In fact... I feel fine.
Jimmy, you must go home at once.
But Mrs. Fraser...
No buts, thank you all the same, but I'll get someone else. Good night, Jimmy. Look after yourself.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right, Mrs. Fraser. Good night. Mr. Whittle. Oh, there you are.
Am I? Oh, yes. Well, I'm very glad to see you didn't bring the baby. There's no place for babies at dog track.
I didn't go for... Oh, never mind. If we don't hurry, we'll miss the first race.
Yes, very interesting, but if we don't get going, we'll miss the first race.
One of us is going daft. And it could be me.
Well, Father, it's nice to see you and Harry, but it's a bit of a shock to have you home at 9:30 on a Saturday night.
Well, the Dutch was over benign. Higginbotham and another fella didn't turn up. So Harry here said since you were at home on your own, why didn't we come back and bring a wee drink for you?
Well, it was very thoughtful of you, Harry.
Oh, no, Pat. It's just a little token of my disrespect. I thought we might have a convivial sup together.
Well, here's to you both.
Cheerio.
Bottoms up, as the man said with... Cheers.
I'll get it, my dear.
Righto, Father. How did you get on at the darts then, Harry?
They were too good for us, Pat. They won every game. The victory was anonymous.
Hello. Sinclair speaking.
Oh, hello, Peter. Higginbottom here. I'm sorry I missed the match.
Oh, we lost 5-0. It didn't matter.
I didn't realise it was on tonight until I just got to the pub 2 minutes ago.
What's wrong? Are you on the wagon?
No, I've been to the dogs. I wish I hadn't as well.
No good, eh?
No. Hey, your Jimmy's got himself a good job there, hasn't he? At least old Whittle got it for him.
Oh, Jimmy? At the dogs?
Yes, aye. He's walking them round. Quite the little kennel lad.
Hey, Pat, Harry, come on and hear this. Go on, Higgy. Tell us more. We're all ears.
Not so fast, my boy. Oh, I'm not as young as you are.
If we don't get home for 9:30, I won't live to be as old as you are.
No, I'm not cold. No, you can have my scarf if you want it.
Oh, come on.
We had some fun, didn't we? You and I. Well, I enjoyed it, you know.
I'll bet honest Charlie didn't. That's twice in a week you've clouted him with his satchel.
Yes, well, it was that fella with him who started the bother, you know, waving his arms at me, making those rude signs.
He wasn't making rude signs at you. He was the tic-tac man.
Oh, fancy that, the tax man at the dogs, eh? He'd been losing our money, I suppose. It's disgraceful, you know.
No, not tax man, tic-tac man. He signals what the odds are, like this, look.
Oh, don't you start making those signs.
That means 2 to 1.
Not in the Navy, it doesn't.
Oh, forget it, we're nearly home. Oh, heck, there's me mum and Grandad waiting at our door. And Mr. Whittle, the other one, your son. Oh, what can we do?
Something to chew. I've got no toffees left. Here. Oh, Jim, look, over there. I've just seen our Harry with your mother and Grandad.
Hey, pretend we've just met by accident. Hello, Mum. Hello, Grandad. Hello, Mr. Whittle.
Hello, Jim.
Not you.
Oh, well, fancy you two coming home together.
Yes, a coincidence, isn't it?
How's the baby?
The baby? Oh, the baby. Oh, fine when I left Mrs. Fraser's.
Hello, Dad. I see your ankle's better.
Oh, was it Tom? What does it say?
What does what say?
Your uncle's letter.
Now, look, Dad, move round to your good side.
My what?
Your good side.
Oh.
You're straining me laddie links.
Well, the baby was easy to handle then, was it, Jim?
Oh, yes, I just slipped its collar and leader. Its bottle and feed on the stove.
Well, that's fine. By the way, did Pig's Day Light win?
Yes, it won by 10 yards. Oh, heck.
Yes, you little scheming troublemaker. We know all about you and the dog track.
I'm sorry, Mum.
You will be when I get you in.
And you're a disgrace and all, Dad.
What's that?
Telling lies, going to the dogs, leading the lad astray.
No. He led the dogs round. I just backed them.
Don't laugh, Mr. Whittle. We're in serious trouble.
I know. We're two old black sheep who have gone astray.
I don't know what you're so happy about. If we're not careful, in 5 minutes, the 2 black sheep will be cold mutton.
Those involved with the Clitheroe Kid this week were Peter Sinclair as grandfather, Patricia Burke as mother, Leonard Williams as both Theodore Craythorpe and Harry Whittle, Danny Ross as Alfie Hall, Diana Day as Susan, Tony Melody as Mr. Higginbottom, Rosalie Williams as Mrs. Fraser, and featuring Derek Guyler as Old Man Whittle. The recorded programme, written by James Casey and Frank Roscoe, was produced by James Casey and starred Jimmy Clitheroe as the kid himself. We present Jimmy Clitheroe as the Clitheroe Kid with Peter Sinclair, Patricia Burke, Leonard Williams, Danny Ross, and Diana Day in
Jimmy the Kid.
Well, your dad hasn't been round here, Harry. Did you want him for something?
Aye, Pat, his tea's ready. I've got a pan of scouse keeping warm on the gas ring. And you know what happens if you leave it too long? It goes dry and starts to coagravate.
Yes, well, Father's out in the front garden. Perhaps he's seen your dad.
No, I asked Pete before to come round the back. He hasn't seen him either. You know, Al Whittle Sr. is getting to be more of a handful in his old age than a cartload of monkeys. Well, I don't like telling the Al geezer off, because I'm not much of an expert at chastity.
Well, all I can say is I hope I'm as sprightly as your dad when I'm 82.
I'll say that for him, Pat. He carries his age very well, especially after closing time. No, but it's not like him to be late for his tea. He's usually very, very punctuated.
Well, ask Jimmy if he's seen him. I think he's playing in the back garden.
Right you are, Pat. I'll go and have a gander in the goose gogs. See you again.
Cheerio.
Oh, there's young Jim. Hello, my little whacker.
Keep your voice down. This is Indian territory. If the Cherokees find us here, we'll end up having a bath in a cooking pot.
Oh, I get it, Jim. Cowboys and Indians. Oh, I must say, with that cowboy hat and that water pistol, you look a proper little Cheyenne.
Button your lip, hombre, and don't make a move till we hear from my partner, old Gabby. I arranged to meet him here in Dead Man's Swamp.
In where, Jim?
Grandad's strawberry bed. If Gabby's around these here parts, he'll be waiting for the signal. Oh! Oh! Now he should answer.
Hey, what's that supposed to be?
The reply from Gabby, an owl hooting.
It sounded more like a woodpecker with its head stuck in a knothole. Wait a minute. That's me old dad's voice.
Okay, Gabby, I got your signal. Just mosey out from behind them bushes. The trail's easy to find. Turn left at the rhubarb and keep straight on.
Hello, Jimmy the Kid. How do you?
Hey, Jim, what's he doing with that tea cozy stuck on his nut?
That's his Davy Crockett hat. Gabby, I've just been to see the sheriff, and the news is bad.
Who's his dad? I've no idea. Ask his mother.
No, you got me wrong. I'll come round on your good side. Listen, Gabby.
Yeah.
Black Bart Higginbottom's just sold some guns and whiskey to the Comanches.
Oh.
And I'm worried about the chief of the Blackfeet. He hasn't sent me any smoke signals all day.
Well, perhaps he's stopped smoking.
Hello, he's been listening to Workers' Playtime again. Anyway, what gives with him, Jim? Are you training him to be another hop-along casserole?
Listen, Gabby's the ex-army scout who's a blood brother of the Mohicans. His Indian name is Wise Old Toothless One. Me and him work for the greatest hero of the Wild West, the Texas Phantom.
Oh, the Texas Phantom. He's on telly, isn't he? He's always wanted by the law, never bothers with women. An outlaw with no in-laws.
This is over here with a stage show. I'm going to see it tomorrow night at the Empire. He's got rope spinners, Indians throwing knives, and a real saloon fight where baddies get chucked right off the stage. He's that dangerous, the orchestra wear crash helmets.
It sounds to me like the Rose and Crown the last time they shared out the Christmas Club money.
Jimmy, your tea's nearly ready.
Okay, Mom. If you guys will excuse me, I'll just head for the chuck wagon for my pork and beans. See you at the Indian camp, Gabby, for the powwow.
Powwow? No, we've got a cat. I'll bring that, shall I?
Dad, will you come?
Yeah, okay then. Yeah, see you later, Jim. Oh,
Howdy, Ma. And who's this dude from Dodge City?
Oh, hello there, James.
Well, if it ain't the wicked Judge Craythorpe. Have you been taking any bribes from Black Bart Higginbottom lately?
I beg your pardon, James.
Judge, when I was in town, I picked up a 10-gallon hat for you, but I'm afraid it'll give you a headache.
Why?
You've got a 12-gallon head.
Look, just let the cowboys and Indians rest for a while, will you?
Right, old ma'am. Shall I set the table?
No, thanks. I want my best tea service to last a few more years yet. You can tell Susan to set the table. She's in the front room with Alfie.
And I'll just get those papers I wanted to show you, Mrs. Clitheroe. They're in my overcoat in the hall.
Right, come on, Mr. Craythorpe. After you. Age before beauty.
And keep out of mischief.
Don't worry, ma'am. I'll see he behaves himself. Hey, do you want a bit of fun, Mr. Craythorpe?
What do you mean, James?
Well, you heard who's in the front room. Calamity Sue, queen of the gambling dens. With her Indian brave from Oldham, Alfie Hall in the head. I wonder what they're up to.
James, come away from that keyhole.
But, Judge, I'll have to listen. If I don't know what they're talking about, I might go in and say something wrong. And that could cause the biggest Wild West fight since the time somebody put castor oil in tenderfoot sarsaparilla. Listen, I'll bet they're snogging.
Hey, Susan, I'm enjoying this, aren't you?
Yes, Alfie. It is funny, isn't it?
Hey, listen, Judge Craythorpe. Sounds like the Indian brave's tickling Calamity Sue with his feather.
James, I shouldn't be listening at a door like this.
Well, go on the roof and listen down the chimney.
I mean, I shouldn't be eavesdropping. What Susan and Alfred are doing in there is their business.
Yes, and I'll bet it's business as usual. Listen.
Hey, you have to laugh, haven't you? Yeah, I never thought I'd see Jimmy lying on a rug with no clothes on.
Hey, they're looking at my photo in the snapshot album.
Yeah, hey, have you got dimples in funny places?
Yes, and isn't he fat?
Where's my scout knife? I've got a scalping job here. Break it up, you two, back to your own wigwams.
What do you want, Mischief?
When you finish clucking like an old hen, Mum wants you to lay the table.
Oh, here he is again with his jokes.
Oh, look who it is. Alfie Hole in the head.
Hey, are you calling me all in the head?
Yes, me, Jimmy the Kid. You, all in the head. Me, white-skinned brave cowboy. You, red-skinned brave coward.
Look, just go away and leave us alone, will you?
All right, I'll go. Alfie, me leave you with Susan Paleface. Paleface. Very good name for Susan. She got face like a bucket.
Get out. Go on, clear off.
All right, keep your jeans on. I can't understand Alfie. Whenever I go in to see our Susan, he's always upsetting her.
Oh, there you are. What were you?
Oh, hello, Grandad.
Here's Higginbottom. Come on, this way.
All right, Peter.
Oh, heck, it's Black Bart Higginbottom from the Lazy Aussie Ranch.
What was that, Clitheroe?
Hello, Mr. Higginbottom.
Did you tie Ossie to a lamppost this morning?
Me? I never tied Ozzy to any lamppost.
Well, he says you did.
Well, he's wrong. It was Charlie Thompson. I only painted the marks on his face.
What are you talking about?
Well, when you're a proper Indian who does something wrong, you have the mark of disgrace painted on your face.
Mark of disgrace? He came home looking like Coco the Clown.
I know it's them baggy pants he wears. Charlie says that your old flannel's cut down.
Peter, are you going to put this brat in his place?
Don't worry, I'll deal with him. Come here, you.
Help, help, I'm being attacked. Send for the cavalry.
All right.
Oh, you're here, ma'am.
I've heard the whole story, you young scamp.
What?
I'm going to teach you a lesson, my lad. After what you've done today, You're not going to the Empire tomorrow night.
Oh, but Mum, it's a Wild West show. I've paid for me ticket with me spending money.
You've been a naughty boy. You're not going to the Empire, and that's final.
This is all Ozzy's fault. The next time he comes round here, I'll lasso him round his tongue with the clothesline and hang him out to dry. He's wet enough.
Now listen, Dad, I've washed up, got you some coal in, and a bottle of lemonade. Is there anything else you want before I go to the match?
Go for a scratch. Why, itching?
No, the match. M-A-C-H. Match.
Oh, a match? No, but you can borrow me lighter.
Not that sort of match.
Oh.
You know, come on, United. Shoot the left. Get it nodded in! Boo! Foul!
Oh, yes, well, has the cricket season started already?
Look at him, Jim. Here I am, going out of my way to administer it to his wants. And all he can do is take the Mickey Finnegan. He's just being obsolete, that's all.
Well, I'll give him your message after you've gone.
I do that, Jim.
Right, Mr. Whittle. Hope you enjoy the match.
Oh, don't worry, Jim, I will. Well, as the Jerrys say, Alf Finkenstein.
Oh, it's a funny lad. Ah, Harry, Jim. Still, he'll be all right when he grows up, yes. Here. Did you get them for me?
Yes. Here you are. A quarter of jelly babies.
Oh, goody, goody, goody. Oh, I'm a lad for me jelly babies. Oh, yes, me jelly. Look, thanks for not letting on to our Harry, Jim.
Oh, that's all right. But it seems daft to me.
What does?
Well, I've heard of people who smuggle watches and diamonds, but I'll bet I'm the only jelly baby smuggler in the country. Why did you have to keep quiet about them?
Quiet? Oh, yes, well, now, you see, the doctor says I'm not supposed to have them on account of me indigestion. But when he starts telling me what I can't have, I'll listen on my bad side.
I'll see. Well, if they make you ill, it'll be my fault. So, to be on the safe side, I'll eat half of them myself.
Oh, Jim, you've been a real pal bringing them for me, you know. Now, I hope that I can do you a good turn sometime.
Well, you could tonight if you could get a Wild West show in your front room. That way I could come round here and watch it. Hey, that's it.
What's it, Jim?
You'll be on your own tonight, so if I come round and keep you company, and you don't want me for company, I could go to the Empire, couldn't I?
Well, I've no objection to you keeping old Mr. Whittle company tonight. But don't go playing cowboys and Indians with him.
Oh, I won't, because he's got a smashing idea. He's going to show me how to make a ship in a bottle.
Oh, really? I've often wondered about that, James. How do they get the ship in the bottle?
The same way they get the bubble in a spirit level.
But, James, where's the connection?
Oh, you change at crew.
Oh, James, stop pulling my leg.
Well, you'll be learning something useful for once, Jim.
I know, Grandad, and if I put a ship in all your empty bottles, we'll have a bigger fleet than the Spanish Armada.
Now then, that'll do.
Mother, there was Sally Barnes on the phone.
Oh, yes, what did she want?
She's had a phone call to go to London tomorrow for an interview about a job, and she wants her hair doing.
So she sent for Sweeney Sue, the demon barber of Lilac Avenue. 2 trapdoors, no waiting.
Shut up, you. Mother, when Alfie comes, will you tell him where I've gone? I'll be back about 9.
Yes, I'll tell him, love.
Well, I think it's time I call for Whittle. Come in, Jim.
Oh, I'll be round in a few minutes, Grandad.
And don't be too late coming back, Jimmy.
Oh, don't worry, Mum. I'll be out as soon as it's finished.
As soon as what's finished?
The show, the ship, in the gun battle, the bottle. After I've put a sock in, a cork in, before we lynch, launch it.
Come in, Jim. Come in.
Thanks, Mr. Whittle.
Well, it's just 6 o'clock and my son Harry's gone out, so the coast is clear.
I know. Him and me granddad have just gone to the Rose and Crown.
I think he's going with your granddad to the Rose and Crown.
That's what I said. I watched him go.
My watch is slow. Well, what time is it then?
Just a minute till I get on your good side.
Oh, yes, yes.
That's it.
Yes.
Everything's fine, Mr. Whittle. Your son and me granddad have gone to the pub. Susan's out. Mum's watching the telly, so I'll just wait for 2 minutes, then slip out your back door and off to the Empire.
Good. I told you I'd fix it. Yes. Oh, before you go, I'd better show you the ship I'm going to put in the bottle with your help while you're not here. Come here a minute. Now, look at that. All ready for going in?
Ooh, it's lovely. Must be smashing making these.
Yes, it'll give me a lot of pleasure.
Hey, where's the bottle?
That rum bottle on the shelf there.
But it's still got a lot of rum in it. You'll have to empty it, won't you?
Yes, it'll still give me a lot of pleasure.
Mr. Whittle, I've heard of bottling pickles, but I'll bet you're the only one who gets pickle bottling ships.
Bottling ships. That's a good one, that, you know, Jim.
There's somebody at the door.
You what?
The door, there was a knock.
Yes, it takes a long time to get it.
To get what?
With the knack for bottling ships. Anyway, you'll have to hang on a minute while I go to the front. There's someone at the door. I'm surprised you didn't hear them knocking, you know.
Oh, give me strength, the dozy old boat pickler.
Oh, hello there. Oh, Alfie Hall, is it?
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Whittle.
Oh, yes.
Is Jimmy Clitheroe in here? His mother said he was when I called at their house for Susan, but she's out. Mrs. Clitheroe said he was here. I'm a boyfriend. So Susan's not Mrs. Clitheroe.
Oh, yes, next door.
You what?
She's next door, Mrs. Clitheroe.
Oh, thanks very much. Ta-ra. Oh, no, look, I don't want her. I want Jimmy, her son.
Oh, you'll find him at the Rose and Crown, behind a pint.
Oh.
My son, Harry.
Don't worry, Mr. Whittle. Hurry up and give me the message, Alfie. I've got to get going.
You get going where?
To the Wild West Wild Windjammer, bottling the ship.
Oh, that's what your mother said. You were Mr. Whittle were having a bottle. Yeah, ship in a battle. Bot in a shipple. Put in a shipping, so I said I'd come and watch.
Oh, I see. What? You can't do that.
Well, why not?
'Cause I'm not... It takes too long. About 3 hours. Doesn't it, Mr. Whittle?
What, Jim?
Bottling the ship. It takes a long time.
6:05, unless I'm slow. Hadn't you better go if you want to get along with it?
Mr. Whittle, come with me a minute. In the kitchen.
Yeah, all the kitchen.
Yes, I want to talk.
Pork? No, I can give you a ham sandwich.
Come on. Excuse us a minute, Alfie. He doesn't understand.
Neither do I.
Right, well, there we are, Jim. Now, do you want white bread or brown?
I don't want a sandwich.
Oh.
Come here.
Yes.
Let's get on your good side.
Oh, the good side, yes. The good side. You're on it now, yes.
Look, Mr. Whittle, I can't go to the Empire while Alfie's here, or my mum will find out what we've done.
Oh, dear, you mean he'd tell on you? Oh, is he what them Yankees on the films call, a stool pigeon?
No, he's just a bird brain. He'd tell her without knowing it. He's the only bloke in the world who talks in his sleep while he's awake.
Well, I'll suggest that he leaves. I could give him a gentle hint.
It'd have to be with a sledgehammer.
Well, I've got a mallet here. I could just...
No. If you hit him on the head, it might bring him to his senses.
I know. I've got it. Keep still. Yes, I'll keep him here till you come back. Tell you what, I'll put him to sleep.
You can't use that mallet.
No, Jim. Now, just a minute. There we are. See that? Yeah. Now, the doctor gave me these sleeping pills for my insomnia. I have to take 2 for a good night's rest. From the look of that lad in there, 1 should do.
Hey, you can't do that. He's not right. He's... Would it work?
Well, of course it will. Go and ask him if he'd like some lemonade. And leave it to me. Now, then, there you are. That's yours, Jim. And that's the one with the pill in it. Now, don't mix them up, will you?
Oh, don't worry. I'll have a drink out of mine, so I'll be sure which is which.
Good idea, good idea.
Right, off we go.
Right.
Here we are, Alfie. A nice glass of lemonade.
Oh, thanks, Jim. That'll just put me right.
Right on your back.
You are?
He wants the glasses back, so drink up. Not that one, that's mine. Yours is the full one with the pill... Pip, 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 cheerio.
Jimmy, here a minute. Come here, lad, will you?
Righto, I'm coming. Won't be a sec, Alfie. What is it, Mr. Whittle?
Hey, what a nice lad. You fancy giving me the full glass and leaving himself short? I'll top his glass up out of mine. There we are, that's better.
One's enough, Mr. Whittle.
One what?
One glass. Don't drink that, it's mine. I've told you, yours is the full one.
No, it's very nice of you, Jim, but I want you to have a full one. That's why I topped it
Give
up.
it here. You drink that one, that's full.
Oh, all right, then, here goes. Down the hatch.
And on the floor.
Well, I see you were both thirsty. Now, just relax for a minute and everything will be fine.
Well, you keep saying that, but when are we going to start on the boat?
Jim, I think I'd better get my mallet after all.
No, it's all right, Mr. Whittle. It's nearly off. His face is going blurred.
Jimmy, Jimmy, are you all right?
Me? You worry about yourself. You're getting sleepy, aren't you? The lights are going dim. It won't be long now, Mr. Whittle, before I'm watching the Texas Phantom. Shh. It's a secret. But he can't hear. He's nearly off. His head's going round, round, round. Let me in. I want to see the Texas Phantom.
Nobody ain't allowed in this here television ranch. No, sir, nope. Dang my hide, whacker.
But I've got a ticket.
It don't make no difference, cowboy. No, sirree. Nope. No, sir. Hey, partner, ain't you that sharp-shooting, rootin'-tootin' son of a gun from Attercliffe? Jimmy the Kid?
Yep, but smile when you call me kid, partner. Yep. Yes, sir, yep.
Oh, I reckon that's a different kettle of scouse. The Texas Phantom's been looking for you to help him round up Black Bart Higginbottom.
Yep, we just got to stop that mangy critter selling that stuff to the Indians. He's trying to start another Indian war.
Well, stap my breeches. The low-down, ornery, lolly-livered, desperate deodorant. Is he selling the Indians rifles and whiskey?
No, worse than that.
You don't mean?
Yep, he's giving them pea shooters and jelly babies.
Oh, he's big trouble. Oh, he's big trouble.
Just a minute, you're the young Indian chief. Hole in the head. What's wrong with you? Apart from the hole in your head.
He ain't bad man, Black Bart. He break into television studio and attack the Texas Phantom. Now no one can stop him, Indian war him.
Don't tell me Black Bart beat the Texas Phantom to the draw on the telly.
Yet not in fair fight. When Texas Phantom was putting on makeup, Black Bart shot him from behind and damaged his vertical hold. You know what this means?
Yep. Every time Texas goes for his gun, his frame will slip and his pants will fall down.
Oh, ain't big trouble for Indian. Oh, ain't big trouble for Indian. Oh, ain't big trouble for
Have
Indian.
you got your Indian blanket?
Yeah.
Well, wrap up. Don't worry, I'll catch Black Bart. Tell the sheriff to get Judge Craythorpe. I'll bring Black Bart in for trial tomorrow. Hi-ho, Silver!
Silence in the bar, the court. Silence or I'll call time, gentlemen, please. Now, Black Bart, have you all anything to say before we all pronounce sentence on you all?
Yeah, we haven't had the trial yet.
Oh, you all are a first part. Jimmy the Kid, will you all bring your first witness?
He's the son of the chief of the Sioux tribe. Call Hole in the Head.
Call Hole in the Head.
Hole in the head.
Call hole in the head. Oh, me call hole in the head.
And me his squaw.
Hole in the head. Are you a Sioux?
No, she's a Sioux, I'm a boy. Me, the son of the Indian chief.
I object.
So did his father.
If that's all you've got to say, Bart goes free.
I've got another witness. Call Old Man Gabby.
Call Old Man Gabby. Where's Old Man Gabby?
I'm Old Man Gabby, Old Man Gabby, and I know something. Yes, I know something.
Silence in court.
Tell us, old man, about your jelly babies being stolen.
Oh, I can't. I haven't any left. They were stolen.
That's irrelevant.
An elephant? No, on a horse you were. And it's stolen.
That's a lie. My horse can't go out because it's got no shoes. I'll prove it. I'll call my horse as a witness. Let my horse in. Here we are, Your Honour. Here is my witness. Come on, boy.
I object, Your Honour.
Why?
He's leading the witness.
Quiet. In view of all the evidence, I find Black Bart not guilty and sentence Jimmy the Kid to be hanged, shot, and poisoned.
What? You crooked judge, old corkscrew Craythorpe.
If you say any more after you're hanged, I'll fine you 40 shillings. Old man and hole in the head, take him away.
They won't do it, they're my friends. Oh, let go.
Keep him moving, hole in the head.
Me will do, Gabby. Come, kid, the lynch mob, she wait for you.
No, you can't kill me. I've got to be on the telly again next week. Let go of me hair. Stop him, he's trying to scalp me.
Jim, no pull. Jim, stop pulling. Jimmy, stop pulling your hair. Jim, will you stop pulling your hair?
Hey, well, where am I?
Well, now, just keep walking, Jim, till the effect of the pill works out.
Yes, your mother's waiting. What pill?
Oh, no. You mean I had the pill? You daft old Indian scout.
Your front door was open and nobody seemed to hear me knock, so... Jimmy, what's the matter with you?
We're walking him up and down.
Oh, I can see that, but why?
I just fancied a stroll. Oh.
Hello, Mrs. Clitheroe. Fancy you coming. We were just going to walk Jimmy home, eh?
Well, I'm glad I did come. I expected you before now, Jimmy.
Oh, heck. What time is it?
6:25.
Oh, it hasn't started yet, then. I mean...
You mean the Wild West show. That's why I thought you'd come back and ask me again if you could go. You see, I decided to let you, but not to tell you until the last minute.
Oh, thanks, ma'am. Oh. If I hurry, I can just make it.
You're not going now. You're not well.
Oh, I'm fine, ma'am. It's just we were giving Alfie a sleep. Giving him...
What?
Nothing. I'll be all right, ma'am. Oh, if they walk me to the bus.
You're worn out. The only place you're going, my lad, is bed.
Yeah, your mum's right, Jimmy.
Oh, shut up, you. It's all your fault. You doped me, giving me the lemonade with the sleeping pill in. Oh, heck.
That does it. I think you'll have to surrender this time, partner.
Well, don't laugh. It's all your fault. The next time we play cowboys, I'll have you roped and branded before you can say Matt Dillon.
I might have 2 sixpences.
What for?
For a shilling.
What's all this about a sleeping pill?
Mr. Whittle, give Ma'am those pills. You won't need them anymore.
What do you mean?
The next time you can't sleep, just come round to see me and bring your blooming mallet.
Those involved with the Clitheroe Kid this week were Peter Sinclair as grandfather, Patricia Burke as mother, Leonard Williams as both Theodore Craythorpe and Harry Whittle, Danny Ross as Alfie Hall, Diana Day as Susan, Tony Melody as Mr. Higginbottom, and featuring Derek Guyler as Old Man Whittle. The recorded program, written by James Casey and Frank Roscoe, was produced by James Casey and starred Jimmy Clitheroe as the Kid himself.
Oh, I wasn't half cross with old Mr. Whittle. When Mum said I had to go to bed, he offered to buy my 5-bob ticket for 3 and a tanner, and I had to sell it. Still, he didn't enjoy it very much. He went for a drink at the interval, got lost on his way back and finished up walking on the stage. The Texas Phantom thought he was the volunteer to ride the booking bronco. He went 3 times round the stage, twice on the horse and once on his sit-upon, and finished up sitting on the ice cream girl's tray. It's probably given him a cold in the head. Ta-ra!
We present Jimmy Clitheroe as the Clitheroe Kid with Peter Sinclair, Patricia Burke, Leonard Williams, Danny Ross, and Diana Day in...
What a good boy am I! All right, Mr. Craythorpe, I'll do it for 5 bob.
Look, James, I don't want my car washing.
I'll do a good job for you. I'll wash it, wipe it, and change the oil in your headlamps. Well?
I'm not giving you 5 shillings to wash my car.
Well, 4 and a tanner then, including a wax finish. I'll give it a rub over with a candle.
James, if you will look out of the window, you'll see that my car is spotlessly clean.
Well, I'll dirty it.
Look, it was only washed 3 days ago.
Let me look at it. Well, wherever you went, you were robbed. Who did it?
You did.
Oh, yes. So I did. Well, can I give you a haircut?
A what?
3 and 6 all in. 3 bob if you bring your own basin. And I throw in the funny jokes for nothing.
James, you wouldn't be by any chance hard up for money?
No, I wouldn't if you give me some.
Trying to be funny won't help, James. If you can't go on the school trip tomorrow, you can come on the one I've organised.
Oh, yes, that'll be a lot of fun, I don't think. Ooh. Grand trip to one of England's stately homes, Hilborough Hall, complete with suits of armour, old Roman ruins and haunted by a ghost. It's the rent man still trying to get paid. Souvenirs on sale at the gates. Death Watch Beatles, 6p each.
James, you should take an interest in fine old buildings and not hold them up to ridicule.
I'll bet this one's full of rats and it's damp, not fit to live in.
It was once the home of Oliver Cromwell.
How long is it since he lived in it?
Oh, I don't know, about 300 years.
You see, even he doesn't like it. You can't blame him either. What sort of a home is it that has 65 rooms and no telly?
James, Oliver Cromwell is dead.
I knew he wouldn't last long in that damp old house.
Oh, stop talking nonsense.
All right, then, I'll just keep my big mouth shut.
Very well, then.
Oh, Theodore, I wanted a word with you.
Either keep quiet or talk sense.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, not you, Mrs. Clitheroe. You can open your big mouth. Speak whenever you like.
What's going on here?
Don't ask me, ma'am. We were just talking about Oliver Cromwell and Mr. Craythorpe lost his temper.
Look, I have not lost my temper.
Well, why are you shouting?
I am not shouting.
You'll have to speak up. We can't hear you.
What is all this?
It all started when James wanted 5 shillings.
Say no more, Theodore. Jimmy, I'm warning you.
I know, ma'am. I've not got to borrow money and I've got to go with you to Hilborough Hall, because if you leave me at home, I'll probably pawn the piano. I've had it all from Grandad.
Well, stop being cheeky and don't annoy Mr. Craythorpe.
All right, ma'am, I'll go on the trip, but instead of going to look round the hall, I'll guard the picnic basket.
Oh, will you?
Yes, ma'am, and if anybody comes to pinch our grub, I'll hide it where they'll never think of looking for it, in Jim's tum.
The boy's incorrigible. But I see his point. I don't suppose the old hall will be of much interest to him.
Well, I don't know. I'd have said the same about Harry Whittle and Mr. Higginbottom, but they're coming with us, aren't they?
Yes, and I must confess I'm surprised. Higginbottom has even organised the transport for me, a small minibus.
Well, perhaps they want to keep my father company. As a matter of fact, they're all in the living room having a chat.
I'll go and talk to him, ma'am. Us men like to have our 5 minutes natter together.
Well, before you do go, wash your hands for tea. And don't go rubbing Mr. Higginbottom up the wrong way. You know how mad he gets.
Well, I've got to hand it to you, Harry Whittle. Trust you to think of a dodge like this.
Oh, Taggy. Mind you, I don't want to brag about it. You know how immodest I am. But when Theo mentioned his trip to Hilborough Hall, well, it seemed too good a chance to miss.
Well, it'll be nice to see old George Potter again. Since he gave up being landlord of the Rose and Crown, I haven't cared much for the place at all.
I know. They've started asking for cash now.
No, that'll do, Higginbotham, that'll do.
Now, let's not fall out, lads. We're all for one and one for all, like them three buccaneers. You know, pathos, Porthole and Arabic.
No offence meant, Peter.
You know, lads, there's something that's bothering me.
What's that, Peter?
Well, I don't like the idea of keeping it secret from Pat and Craythorne.
Keeping what a secret, Grandad?
Hello, Big Ears has arrived.
Hello, Mr. Noddy at Higginbottom. Hey, is it right you fixed the bus for the trip tomorrow?
That's right, I'm driving it.
Grandad, you better get your insurance up to date.
Now then, just cut that out.
Now then, Iggy, the lad wasn't being serious. He was only gesticulating.
Well, we don't want him in here.
Well, I'll go then, as soon as I've found out the secret Grandad doesn't want to tell Mam and Mr. Craythorpe.
Now, you keep your nose out of this. It's none of your business.
What isn't?
The pub we're going to tomorrow. I mean...
Oh, I get it now. You three are having some beer before you go round the hall, 'cause you've heard it's haunted and you want to see the ghost of a pink elephant. All right, I'll answer the door, Mum.
Hello, Jimmy. I put my back away. Can I come in?
Yes, Alfie. Mind the doorstep doesn't jump up and hit you.
I hope I'm not late for the trip, because when I asked my mother to call me, I'd forgotten what time we were leaving, so I wasn't sure whether I wanted to be up for 8 and down for 8:30 or down for 7 and up here for 8, so I got up at 7, come down at 8:30. Remember, we were leaving here at 9 and went back up again. Yeah, I overslept.
Well, don't worry about it, Alfie. It can happen to human beings as well.
Can it? Yeah, I'm glad because... Yeah, I might be late, but I'm not too late to thump you.
Ignore him, Alfie. The bus hasn't come yet.
Oh, hello, Susan there, yeah. Oh, I say I can see him. Your legs, your shorts. You're wearing short legs.
What?
It means you're in the slips.
Yeah, that's right. No, will you shut up?
It's such a lovely day, I thought I'd wear my new shorts. Mother doesn't think they're long enough.
Yeah, oh, they're not too short for shorts. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a bit more of you. Well, you've got such nice... I mean, they're both... Empty talks.
You should know the steam coming from under your crash helmet.
Be quiet, you. I've heard about the trouble you caused last night. If you've any sense, you'll behave yourself today.
Oh, I will. I'll do nothing but good. When you two go for a walk in the bushes, I'll shout to all the birds, "Cover your eyes up, snogging's in progress."
Will you shut up, you cheeky little monkey?
No, Susan, that's enough of that.
But, Mother, Aunt Jimmy said...
We haven't time to hear what he said. Mr. Higginbottom's arrived with the bus.
Oh, Pat, you can't put anything down in this house. I've searched everywhere and I can't find my corduroy cat.
Well, it's only a suggestion, but have you tried your head?
What? Oh, of course, I'm wearing it. It's all this rushing about. We should have got up earlier.
You what? I was up at 6 o'clock.
We know you were. Still trying to scrounge money. Just behave yourself when we get on that bus. This is Mr. Craythorpe's trip, and I'm not having you spoiling it.
Higginbottom, I don't want to be a nuisance.
Well, just shut up and you won't be.
I only wish to say that I still think you've taken the wrong turning for Hilborough Hall.
Look, Craythorpe, I'm driving this bus, and when I want advice, I'll ask the organ grinder, not the monkey.
But I still say this is the wrong road to Hilborough Hall.
He's not going to the hall, he's going to the pub.
What? Did you say pub?
Clitheroe, shut your big mouth.
Theodore, I didn't get a chance to tell you in the rush, but Father, Harry, and Mr. Higginbottom have a friend in the village who own the Farmer's Arms.
Oh, I see. And I was labouring under the delusion that they had come to enjoy the delights of the hall.
Look, Theodore, we will be having a look round the old hall, and you're welcome to join us for a drink at the pub if you like.
Yes, what about it, Craythorpe? If old George won't treat you on the house, I'll go mad and buy you a shandy.
Hey, Grandad, how much is a shandy?
Oh, usually about 8p, Jim.
Well, bang goes Ozzy's pocket money for the next 4 weeks.
Listen, funny boy. Any more cracks like that and I'll sit you on the bonnet, jam your nose in the windscreen wiper and switch on. Then we'll see who's noddy.
Higginbottom, will you kindly take us to Hillborough Hall, please, before there's any serious trouble?
What do you mean?
For one thing, you're speeding. I suppose that's the reason you keep glancing in your inside mirror, keeping a sharp lookout for the police, no doubt.
No, he's watching our Susan and Alfie snogging on the back seat.
Are you calling me a peeping Tom?
Of course not. Your name's Horatio. Daft, isn't it?
I'll belt you in a minute.
Now then, Iggy, control your emulsions.
Well, it's this lad behind me. He should keep quiet.
Jimmy, just stop talking and find something to do.
All right, then. Can I stick my head out of the window?
You can Oh, do what you like as long as you shut up and behave yourself.
Righto, then.
Now then, let's all calm down and enjoy the rest of the journey in peace.
A jolly good idea, if I may say so. Let us hope there will be no more fuss and bother.
Mr. Higginbottom, stop the bus. Pull up, quick.
What is it, coppers?
No, my cap's blown off.
Oh, no. His cap's blown off. You should have left him at home. He's nothing but a public menace.
James, I found your cap for you. Why are you hanging about here?
I thought I'd try and fill it with blackberries.
Look, let us get back to the bus at once.
All right, Mr. Craythorpe. Hey, has anybody ever told you, when you're annoyed, your tash quivers?
Oh, really? Well, after all the trouble you've caused me today, it should be doing a Highland fling.
Well, it's your own fault. If you'd give me the 5 bob, I'd have gone on the school trip.
James, you'd have very little trouble in raising the money if you were a good boy. And if I may say so, that will be the day.
What do you mean? I can be good if I want to.
Can you?
Yes, I'll try anything once.
James, the leopard can never change its spots, I'm afraid.
I'll bet you 5 bob I can be as good as gold for the rest of this trip.
I am not making any wagers with you, James.
All right, Mr. Craythorpe. But when you and me are sitting behind Mr. Higginbottom on the return journey, just watch it. I mean, you know how nasty he can get when he's had a few.
Look, James, on second thoughts, I've decided to take you up on this bet.
I thought you would.
You're to be good for the remainder of the outing, and if you aren't, you'll pay me 5 shillings.
Don't worry, you'll never see my money.
You sound very confident, James.
I am. For the rest of this trip, I'll make little Lord Fauntleroy seem like that villain in Oliver Twist.
Well, James, we've certainly got a lovely day for it, haven't we?
For what? I'm fed up doing nothing.
Now, surely you could think of something to do.
I can think of plenty of things, but they'd all win you 5 bob. Oh, I'm fed up.
Really, James, it's only 20 minutes since we arrived. It's not 12 o'clock yet.
And we won't be home till 6. I'll never do it.
Now, look, you forced me into this bet, so I'm keeping you to it. You'll be good until we get home, or else I want 5 shillings.
I know. Well, for a start, you'd better hang on to these.
What are they?
Me pea shooter, catapult, and itching powder.
I certainly will, thank you.
Oh, and me white mouse.
Hand it... Oh, take it away, the horrid beast.
It's a clockwork mouse. It was just to move our Susan from the picnic if she was eating too much.
Oh, what a boy. I say, I've just thought of something you can do. It's almost lunchtime. Why not start getting the picnic things out of the bus for your mother?
Oh, all right. Maybe the sight of food'll cheer me up a bit.
Good. The others should be here in a moment.
I think I should have kept that itching powder for Alfie. It'd be worth 5 bob to watch him doing the twist.
Leave that food
food alone, you little scrounger.
What are you talking about?
Susan, what's going on here?
The same thing as always. Jimmy Seven Stomachs was trying to get at the food first.
Jimmy, you are a little imp.
I wasn't going to eat anything.
Oh, no. I suppose you were just going to lay out the picnic things for Mother.
I'll lay you...
James, remember our agreement.
Well, old scrag me. Ma'am, ask Mr. Craythorpe.
He's telling the truth, Mrs. Clitheroe. It was I who suggested he unloaded the things.
Yes, and if I could borrow 5 bob, I'd suggest something that my darling sister could do.
Are you getting ready for the picnic? Is there anything I can do?
Yes, hold our Susan's hand while she takes a running...
James!
A walk by the river.
Come on then, lads. It looks as though we're just in time for lunch.
Aye, I'm ready for it and all, Pete.
So am I. My stomach's starting to ramble.
Well... Oh, all of you just wait here while we set everything out. Bring those paper dishes and the cups, please, Susan.
Righto, Mother. You'd better help to carry something, Alfred.
Oh, yes, I'll carry you. Your food. I mean, well, not your food, everybody's food.
And I'll take the hamper. You bring the bread and milk, Alfred.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll bring the teapot as well. It'll save a trip.
Oh no!
Hands up those who like tea with no milk made in a sugar bowl.
That wasn't funny, James. It's bad manners to laugh at people's misfortunes.
Sorry, Mr. Craythorpe. Mr. Higginbottom, stop laughing.
What do you mean?
Laughing at that shows your bad manners.
Do what?
That's what Mr. Craythorpe just said.
Oh, did he? Well, I'll see if he wants to teach me some manners.
Now then, Higgy, now just calm down. And don't you start trouble, Jimmy.
I was only telling the truth, Grandad.
Come along, everybody. It's ready.
Right you are, Pat. Come on, Jim. Let's see what's on the me and you. How about some horses' d'oeuvres, aspiration soup, and roasted peasant?
Right, Mr. Wack, and we'll finish up with some of that smelly cheese with the bagnuts in it. You know, gonzolas.
Oh, I enjoyed that tour around the hall, Theodore. Wasn't it interesting?
Oh, absolutely fascinating. Didn't you think so, James?
Oh, simply spiffing. It was like a cemetery with lights on.
Don't you be so cheeky.
So you can be good, can you?
I can, I am. Ta-ra, Mr. Craythorpe. Ta-ra, ma'am. I'll see you later.
Well, he seemed to get scared all of a sudden, Theodore. Did you think you were going to smack him?
No, the pain he felt was a twinge in his pocket.
Oh.
Oh, it's a secret between James and I for the moment.
Oh, I see.
I'd rather explain later, if I may.
Oh, you needn't bother at all, really. Oh, now look, Theodore, you needn't hang around here with me. I've got some knitting, and I know you want to be off with your camera.
Well, I would like to take some pictures of the old Roman excavations. Are you sure you don't mind?
No, not at all, Theodore. Off you go.
Right you are. I find the old ruins so fascinating. Goodbye, Mrs. Clitheroe.
Bye, Theodore. Well, that's when a woman knows she's reached middle age. When a man prefers to spend the afternoon with a Roman ruin.
Hello, little birdie. What's your name? Tom Twit? Oh, it isn't. Well, are you a lesser-crested warbler? A long-tailed super-duper throstle? Oh, a spuggy. Oh, little spuggy on the log. I hope you get worms and not our dog.
I've been crying my heart out. Do you love me or do you love me not? If you keep trying, you'll hear me sighing. Forget me not.
corncrake.
Is that you, Jimmy?
No, sir. I'm a talent scout from the movies. I want to sign you up for Holloway.
Holloway's a jail.
With your voice, that's where you belong.
What are you doing, spying on us, peeping Jimmy?
I am not spying, Godiva, so keep your hair on.
Well, what are you doing over here?
The same as you. I was talking to a bird among the trees.
You cheeky young puppy.
I'm a puppy. You stand there with your poodle hairstyle, eyes like a cocker spaniel, nose like a pom. It's a wonder Mum hasn't to buy a licence for you.
That does it. I'm not going to smack you. Mother said if you annoyed Alfie and me, I just had to tell her, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Go on then, Telltale, take your tongue will split. And if you don't slow down, so will your jeans.
Oh, you're a cheeky young puppy.
I'm sorry, Alfie, but Susan's always getting me into trouble.
You get yourself in trouble with being cheeky and naughty.
I haven't been naughty since we came. I've bet Mr. Craythorpe 5... Oh, heck, me bet. For years about Susan, I've had me lolly.
What are you on about? What bet's this?
Oh, nothing. I haven't had a bet. I mean, Hey, one good bet deserves another.
You what? Well, I don't get it.
No, neither will Lee, at least. Alfie, you're a bit of a gambler, aren't you? Well, let's see if you're really a sport or just a bluffer. Oh, there's the ace cameraman. Pressing the camera against his eye, his mouth open. If I shout, I wonder if he'll swallow it. I'll try. Mr. Craythorpe! Mr. Craythorpe! Hey, watch the birdie!
Oh, James, you startled me. Fancy yelling like that just as I was closing the shutter.
It was a good job you closed your cake hole as well. Or you might have swallowed it and given yourself an X-ray.
James, remember our wager? Don't start being naughty or you'll be sorry.
I remember it all right, but I'm afraid it's you who'll be sorry.
Don't be so sure. Anyway, James, I was just about to photograph the ruins of this old fort, which was left by the Romans.
I'm not surprised they left it. It's got no roof on.
It had a roof on when they left.
Well, there'll be trouble when they get back and find it's been pinched.
You know very well what I mean. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll try once again to get my photograph. It's rather tricky getting it all in the picture.
You're standing too near to get a good photo. Why don't you go on the hill over the other side of that stream?
And how do you suggest I get across, since there is no bridge?
Jump it, dear Theo, dear Theo. Jump it.
Don't be ridiculous. I wouldn't get more than halfway.
Well, do it in 2 jumps. I know, swing across like Tarzan. Climb a tree, beat your chest, if you can find it. And leap.
What was that?
I mean, climb a tree if you can find one with a creeper on it.
Stop being silly. I have no intention of trying to leap across the stream.
Well, roll your trousers up and paddle. It doesn't look deep.
Oh, no. You persuaded me once to do that before, and I was soaked from head to foot. The water was 4 feet deep, but you assured me it couldn't be more than 2 inches, because it only came halfway up a duck.
Yes, and you believe me. Well, if you won't go in the water, I'll think of something else. Some other way of helping, I mean.
Don't bother. I'll get all the pictures I want standing here.
It's not as easy as I thought.
Pardon?
Granted. Hey, Mr. Craythorpe. Why don't you take moving pictures like all the animals in the jungle?
I could hardly see myself photographing savage lions and tigers.
No, but you might manage a snap of a wild butterfly. I saw a smasher the other day. A man was tied to some posts, covered in treacle and left to the ants.
Oh, how awful. Really, James?
Mr. Craythorpe?
James, I'm trying to get some photographs, if you don't mind.
All right. I only wanted to know if ants over here were dangerous.
Well, they're not. Not like those you mean.
Oh, well, that's all right then. You needn't worry. Just carry on.
Thank you. What do you mean? I needn't worry. About what?
About those ants that just crawled up your trouser leg.
Oh, I see. What? My trousers? Where are they? I can't see anything.
Oh, they've gone now. Up your trousers.
Oh! Oh, do something. Oh, yes, I can feel them. Oh, 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 yes. Oh. I think. Oh, look, I'll have to take my trousers off. See if anyone is around.
Why can't you take them off yourself?
Don't try to be funny. I'm being eaten alive. Oh, I've got to get them off. Oh, oh, that's it. That's it. Oh, where are they?
You look at your legs while I shake your trousers. Give them here.
Give me my trousers back.
I'm shaking them for you. You better do some gymnastics. Flap your arms about.
What for?
So our Susan will think you're doing PT.
Susan?
Yes, she's just coming over.
Help, I must hide.
In the bushes. Go on, quick, near the stream there.
Bring my trousers over here, quickly.
It's too late. Get down in the bushes and pretend you're a duck. Now, where's Alfie? Oh, there he is, the mug. Alfie! Alfie! Over here!
James, what are you shouting for?
It wasn't Susan, Mr. Craythorpe. It was Alfie walking with a wobble. Alfie, come on over here.
James, you deliberately got me to run away for nothing.
What did you want, Jim? Oh, like Mr. Craythorpe. Oh, I don't believe it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Craythorpe. I was only pulling your leg.
About Susan, you mean? I know.
No, about the ants.
What? You mean there were no ants? You wicked, wicked boy. That does it. You were going to be good. Well, you've lost your bet. And for once, I am going to make you pay.
I lost my bet half an hour ago when I called our Susan. But don't worry, I'll pay you. Hand it over, Alfie.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. You're why I fall for it when you do it.
You're not getting the money from Alfred. You will pay yourself. I bet you 5 shillings, James, that you couldn't be good. And you have lost.
I know, but I bet Alfie 10 shillings that by 4 o'clock I'd have your trousers off and I've won.
Those involved with the Clitheroe Kid this week were Peter Sinclair as grandfather, Patricia Burke as mother, Leonard Williams as both Theodore Craythorpe and Harry Whittle, Danny Ross as Alfie Hall, Diana Day as Susan, and Tony Melody as Mr. Higginbottom. The recorded programme, written by James Casey and Frank Roscoe, was produced by James Casey and starred Jimmy Clitheroe as the Kid himself.